What's happening, guys? Just before we start this week's episode, I want to let you know, if you love this podcast and you want more of it, you can get an extra episode every single week exclusively on patreon.com/haveawordpod. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a way for you to financially support this podcast whilst also getting some benefits for yourself in return. You can sign up for £3 a month, £5 a month, £10 a month, and obviously the more money you give, the more benefits you get. But even if you just sign up for that £3 a month, which is the price of a fancy coffee or a pint in a shit boozer, you get an extra episode every single week, exclusive. No one else gets to see it apart from the Patreons. And you also get 24 to 48 hours early access to the public episodes as well. That's what you get. And on top of all of that, you get access to the entire back catalogue of the Patreon episodes. We've been doing that for like a year now. There's loads of content there. There's also the 2 lockdown lock-ins we did in this room where we got dead drunk. They only go on Patreon. The ones we do in the future of them will only go on Patreon. If you support us, you get shitloads of content for us, and you can only get it at patreon.com/haveawordpod. Go sign up now. Pause it here, sign up, and then come back to this episode. It's going to be a belter. All right, lads, before we start this week's episode, I'm here to tell you about our latest sponsor, CoinCorner.com. Now, they are one of the longest running exchanges for cryptocurrency in Europe, and they're one of the best ways to buy and sell Bitcoin here in the UK. If you don't know what Bitcoin is, it's the #1 cryptocurrency on the planet. It's been around for over a decade, and it's going mainstream. It's in the news every day. Celebrities like Tom Brady are tweeting about it. El Salvador's made it legal tender. If you want to get involved in the cryptocurrency game, the best way, in our opinion, to do that is to go to coincorner.com/wordpod. You go there, they know we've sent you. You're getting in the cryptocurrency game. They know we've sent you. Everyone's winning. You're helping our sponsors. They're helping us. That's how the pod game works, okay? That's what we want you to do. Now, we've got to say this. When you invest in cryptocurrency, it's like stocks and shares. Your capital is at risk. Don't invest anything you can't afford to lose. Be safe. Don't be a fucking dickhead. Now, let's get back to the pod.
All right, Shaggers.
You all right?
Yeah, good, man. How are you?
I'm travelling about a lot this week, me. So,
There's a voice keeps on calling me. Down the road is where I'll always be.
do you know what? Getting a train somewhere is so much better than driving there.
Friend. I'm rowy backs, keep rolling on.
What?
It's the littlest hobo.
The littlest hobo?
Yeah.
Yeah. The tiniest smackhead.
Yeah. Did you have different
The
TV
dwarf
shows
crack bag.
when I was growing up? Littlest hobo from where I'm from, the tiniest smackhead where you grew up. Okay. Yeah. So where you going on your travels?
That cartoon version. The midget
littlest
smackhead. And it's just a midget that's fallen on hard times.
Little person smackhead, please.
Yeah.
Where you going on the travs?
London. Been to London yesterday. No. Went to London on Tuesday. Did a thing for the telly, but not the telly, for Moe Gilligan's show. So you do stand up on his show, and it goes out just online. And it was recorded in the studio that they record Loose Women in. And they've put theatre seating in there for 600 people, and their social distancing allows 60 people in it.
Wow.
Are they still social distancing?
Yeah, weird. I did a very good job of what could have been a tough gig, and Mo was like, that was great. So that settle going. I just burnt all my COVID jokes there. Then popped into town in London. Just did a set on a comedy club. Just squeezed on somewhere. That was good. Then had a meeting with a London big shot guy yesterday.
Yeah.
That went quite well. Can't tell people what it's about. Yeah, because secretive. Shut up.
He's the new ITV News at 10 host.
Yeah, I'm the new Trevor McDonald.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry.
died today, and other people are sad about it. Over to Jim with the weather.
News for spanners.
There
was 2 cars and they went bang bang on the road and everyone was crying.
There's only one news story as well before the weather.
Maybe.
Some people died today over the weather.
Maybe we should launch Have a Word News.
Maybe.
Have a Word News.
Yeah, and we just have our take on the news once a week.
Brilliant.
We'll just do the news we want to do. So it's not
Cock
just like
the week.
It's not like where there's like, you know, the
Isn't
BBC.
that what we already do?
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
If something goes on, we come and talk about it. No, different. It's with weather.
We find like obscure stuff and we tell them good news as well as bad news. So it's not just like.
Oh, all right.
It's not just like, oh, Syria again. Nah, boring. Shite. Right?
What's the opposite of Syria? Bloody America. Doing well. No. They're rich.
We could be on BBC Three and Russell Howard could host it.
Sounds good news. Yeah, similar to that, but with us. Right? So
Russell Howard's good news
like,
with Adam and Dan.
I think you'd have an issue with that name, wouldn't you?
We've killed that fucker.
But we do it sort of like, we do both. So we show the good and bad side of the world. So we're like, oh, Syria, meh. And then we're like, but this kid had their 8th birthday party and nothing went wrong. The bouncy castle came on time. The food was quite nice. Everyone had a good time.
Yeah, all right, okay. So they're not either side of the same story. It's like Syria and then an 8-year-old's birthday. Not like a woman was killed, but John, you know, did his hobby. Which is killing women. It's a weird hobby. It's a weird hobby. He didn't hear what I said because he was like, John.
Are you the co-anchor?
What?
Is Dan the co-anchor?
We're both anchors.
I'm not looking to do more work at this
Is
point.
there 2 main anchors on ATV News?
That is on Have a Word News.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think two newsreaders is not
Good cop, bad cop. One of us does the good news, one of us does the bad news.
right.
What one do you want to do?
You like, everyone had a fucking great time at little Timmy's birthday. Dan, everybody died. There was a bomb and it blew up. Body parts everywhere. Adam, fucking hell. Pogo sticks are fucking wicked.
What's that news? The news.
This just in. Pogo sticks are fucking fantastic.
Oh, right, because that was less retarded than your fucking news that you started at the start.
It's more opinion, that. More opinion,
More editorial.
Yeah.
It's already breaking down. It's not my vision for Have a Word News.
Thinking me the weather girl.
Still doesn't get a mic. It's just like,
It's just point.
loads. Just doing what weather people do. They're like, oh, rain over there. Sunshine.
Do you know what I think with that? They still do the thing, don't they, where it's not there, do you imagine it?
Green screen,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why don't they just have a telly?
Yeah. Because maybe the glare with the camera.
Perhaps.
Maybe they're worried about people in the audience with laser pens shining on it.
What? What do you mean?
Is it an audience?
What do you mean the audience?
Is it an audience for
What
the
do you mean
news?
the audience? Well, I've got tickets for the news tonight. Can't fucking wait. Yeah. What are you hoping for? Train crash. I'd love it if a train crash was headlining.
I'd go and watch the news, wouldn't you?
No. Like in Saturday Night Live.
Imagine doing TV warm-up for the news.
Well, it sounds as shit as all TV warm-up. I just went through it in my head. I was like,
You've been before? You've been before, mate? What did you see last time? Last time I was there, it was 9/11. It was fucking brilliant.
That would be a good day to go.
That's like the news is fucking Istanbul. News fans are still talking about that.
It is. When I did journalism, my journalism teacher said 9/11 was the best day of his career. He said they all woke up and went at that and they were like...
I thought you were going to say life then, you know.
Well, if it's best day, it's one, like, he was like, yeah, rubbing our hands together, like, we've got
Do you reckon it was the
fucking-
best day of Bin Laden's life? Do you reckon he finally felt a sense of achievement?
Dan's face, right?
Just before he wanders off into fucking goofy cunt town, your journalism...
Yeah, said it was the best day of his career.
Wow.
He said all of the...
On the day. No, we didn't say... He was not while it was happening, like... Whoa!
Yeah.
Another in the tower!
Yeah.
This is going to be great for at least 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Genuinely. Do you know
Right.
what happened in our school? This is 100% true. And you'll be able to back me up on this. Right?
We went in the same school together, so...
No, I don't mean on the day.
Oh.
So in year 7, I think it was, in art. Do you remember Peyton 9/11 and stuff?
I do know, yeah.
Right. And right, the teacher. This was genuinely how our art teacher introduced.
Oh my God, I remember drawing them.
Introduced this lesson, right? So she went. Obviously, in 2001, there was the terrorist attacks in New York and across America.
He doesn't believe it. I remember drawing the square at the top of one of the Twin Towers. And
you can grab that. I swear.
honestly, it's coming back.
Dan, I'm obviously paraphrasing a little bit, so it's not word for word. But this is pretty much what she said.
What year were you in year 7?
What year was I in year 7? I was in year 7.
2002.
Oh, a year after 9/11.
Yeah.
So it's the 1 year anniversary.
2003 it was, because I remember me. 2005 year 7, because I remember me email was like row 03 or something.
Yeah, but then we're 13. How old are you?
11 you are. So
You're 11.
It's 03.
Yeah. I know.
So
Right.
it's a couple of years later, right? And this is.
How did you remember what that was? No, it was 05 because my password was ROWE 03. All right.
So this is how she introduced 11. Obviously, the terrorist attacks on 9/11 were awful, but they gave us a lot of great images to paint. And I remember her saying those words because I remember being like, it's a weird positive to spin on it. And we had to draw in pencil the Twin Towers with the planes hanging out of them and all the fire, and then paint it.
And I swear to God, he's not lying, because I've only got like a flashbulb memory of me drawing like this, drawing like you do, like to make it look like 3D.
Yeah.
He's not. I forgot.
And we do 3 lines and 2 of them are shorter than the other. And it's like a and it's like, wow, that bit's closer.
What? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Planes hanging out.
That's how she
Planes hanging out. It was like in a dartboard.
I drew a plane.
Plane went in. Half the plane was stuck out. Yeah,
It was for a bit, wasn't it?
Maybe a millisecond.
Well, no, it would visually. If you're doing a picture of when the plane was halfway in, but it didn't get stuck in it, did it?
I thought it did.
No.
Blew up.
No.
Imagine being at the back of the plane. What's happened there? They probably knew.
Had an inkling. One guy with his eye mask on, his ear plugs in. Crash! What's going on? Are we in New York yet? Well, yeah. And then guess what? You're not going to have to pay for a taxi
Can you
into
fucking
town.
turn down whatever you're doing up there? I'm trying to watch Die Hard 2.
Makes sense. Chronologically, makes sense, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, anyway, I was in London yesterday.
Die Hard 2 on a flight in 2001. Go on.
Why would that not be a thing?
I don't know. Seems like not a very new release, that one, is it?
No, you don't. It's not like the fucking cinema, is it?
Well.
I watched Adam on the way home from Japan. That's true. On the plane.
Yeah.
There's one
And
episode.
prayed for a tower.
There was one episode of the stand-up sketch show, and before I pressed play, I went, "This is Adam's episode." I just knew it, and it was.
Oh my
Because
God.
we're connected.
You're so connected.
Yeah.
And how did people think about you masturbating on the plane? Was that all right as
I
well?
had the visor on.
Oh,
couldn't
nice
see
one.
me.
Yeah.
The visor on, so they couldn't see him.
No, there's a glare on the visor. They couldn't see me.
People with lace pens in the audience.
Oh my God!
The weather! Woo, 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 woo. And Sky News ever send like a crew to ITV News and it's like an away game.
When you have a fight.
Just there booing Trevor McDonald. Is he still alive?
Yeah. Those documentaries. He always goes to prisons, doesn't he?
Oh no, he's not. He's not doing news. He's like, he's doing the seniors tour, isn't he? Where he just pops in.
Documentarian.
He's like a former president.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not a president anymore. I just talk shit for a living now.
Yeah.
What do you reckon you should have to do to be said, to be knighted?
I reckon like...
Delete a lot of YouTube episodes of this podcast.
I think if we get to 50,000 Patreons, she's got to consider it. Or it'll probably be Charles by then, so he's got to consider it.
Right. Yeah.
I think it'll be Charles next year.
The royal family are really into Patreon stats.
No, but they're probably not also into like after the like people for. They just get told, oh, this guy's been doing well, give him a thing.
Right. Yeah. So hopefully someone...
Do you think she's there?
Someone in government is really on top of UK comedy podcasts and there's Patreon subscriptions.
No, but if you've got 50,000...
No, but you don't start with a cert. You very rarely start with a knighthood. You get one of those noncy like MBEs, OBEs, CBEs, all of that shite.
I'd turn that down.
If you turn that down, it's not like, no, you're not haggling with them. Adam, we want to give you an MBE. Fuck off! I'm going to need to see more than an MBE. I want to be the Duke of fucking West Derby. Like, you can't turn it down. Like, it's like a promotion, isn't it?
I'd be like, listen.
Pleb to fucking...
I'd be like, listen, love, all due respect and that, if I'm not being a sir, you can fucking shove it up your ass.
Yeah, all right. See you next year then.
Oh. Who do you reckon the worst knight is?
What?
Like who do you reckon the worst knight? Who's like,
Tuesday.
What?
Tuesday night.
Don't know what to press. It's got to be something. And if anyone comments, that was a fucking great joke by Adam, you need your fucking head checking. You massive MBE.
Rolf Harris, was he a knight or was he just the OBA, MBA?
No, he was Sir Rolf Harris, wasn't he?
Was he Sir Rolf Harris?
Oh, and Jimmy as well.
I don't think he got
I
it
don't
for
think you
fucking
can be.
kids,
He's
though.
Australian. Can you be a foreign knight?
Dan?
What? Sorry. What did he say?
I
missed
just
it.
want to...
Sorry, bruv.
Rolf Harris was a
I
knight.
don't think he got it for fucking kids, though.
Can we do it one more time? Can we Charlie Sauce it? Sorry, bruv. What you say?
Oh, hang on. Rolf Harris was a knight.
I don't think he got it for fucking kids, though.
I do not think you have the facilities to do that, big man.
Yeah. There's a couple of shaggers, isn't there? Rolf Harris, Jimmy Savile.
For services to fucking... Put a condom on the fucking sword.
Why don't we start? Have a
Glaswegian,
weird
an
knighthoods.
absolute fucking shagger.
Have a weird knighthoods.
You are literally like a fucking magpie that sees anything shiny. I'm really glad we didn't start talking about gay saunas today. Why don't we start the Have a Word Bumming Emporium? Finn, it'll be a bit like Studio 2. You and Freddie get the thing going.
The Bumming Emporium.
Bumming Emporium. I didn't want to just say gay sauna.
Oh, no, that was great.
Bumming Emporium.
Emporium was beautiful.
Yeah. Bumming Emporium.
The use of the M in both words really trickles off nicely. I like it.
Oh, trickles didn't feel right.
Let's call it the Bumporium.
The Bumporium?
Yeah.
That sounds... Bumporium?
Pouring something in.
Bumporium? Sounds like a foreign name, doesn't it?
Pour some lube into his asshole and then bum him.
Yeah.
Sounds
Once
like a Lady
again,
Gaga song.
Adam's audio description of gay sex is horrifying. It's actually worse than a lot of the gay porn.
But like, you know the way like we call like Harry the goat, and like then there's other goats who aren't quite goat, like Dan Johnson and Alex for sending all the questions.
It's right up.
Why don't we knight them all on Sunday? We'll queue them up, get them on stage, and we'll knight them. But I'll do, instead of with a sword, I'll do it with my dick.
Oh my
Each
God.
shoulder, right in the face.
Big venue content, but you can reach.
There's something I didn't know. Robert Mugabe was not knighted by the Queen.
Really?
Oh,
What for?
wow.
A
Money crazed murdering cunt was...
she was sharking kids as well. That's mad, that.
What was it for?
I
Did you
don't,
get knighted for services to something?
yeah, it doesn't say. It just says what he was stripped. Oh, hang on.
Giving us oil?
It was just like...
There's no oil in Zimbabwe,
being-
is there?
being
It's farm,
sound.
man. What's in...
but he was stripped of it for being
Why did I look at Steve? Steve, you're a Zimbabwe expert.
Robert Mugabe.
Yeah.
Mad.
Wow. You're not blowing me away completely.
If you were going to get knighted, like for something you've done in your life, what do you think it would be for services to what? What have you done service to? That like if
Beat the Frog?
services to beat the frog.
Services to new comedy in the Northwest?
KFC.
Because everything else has basically been for me. So...
I could be knighted for services to the fatties in Pop World.
Right.
Definitely.
Once again, royal family really reaching with their who needs to be... it's the Queen's birthday honours for not losing your shit with mentally insane open spots for about 20 years, Dan Nightingale, and for fucking what are they called? 4AMers.
Yeah.
What's the title? What do you call them?
The 4 o'clockers, yeah.
The 4 o'clockers. Yeah. For sticking your massive dick in the heebie-jeebies wildlife.
With stuff like knighting is like how I know it's sort of like a ritual and like performative and all that, but it's mad how stringent they are on certain rules. Like she can't do it with that hand, can she?
Why?
It's my hand.
That is a riff on the best joke ever written, by the way.
No. It's like that was like a callback, wasn't it?
But you
I love it. I was like, yeah. He's on great form
I saw
today.
that written. I saw his words come out like I saw it.
Right?
Can't
use that one.
This is, if anyone's wondering what's going on with Adam, I think he slept quite well and he's had a strong coffee. Right. That is literally, like, if Adam has slept well and everything's going good, he's got gigs, careers flying, that's great. This podcast is doing better than even at this point, I'm like, what? Right. But basically, him sleeping and coming in a good mood and then having a strong coffee is basically like a Mento in the fucking Coke bottle, innit? And he's like, fucking yes. Do you never think with the knighting, you'd love it if she just got like very quick onset dementia and just fucking jabbed it in someone's neck?
Or they tricked someone. So they're with Rolf Harris, for example, they go, "Oh, you want a knighthood?" And then he gets there, he just gets fucking stabbed. You fucking nonce.
Oops, one slipped.
No, she's just like, and you fucked kids, you horrible, dirty Australian twat.
Yeah.
Have that, you fucking nonce.
She's well known for taking a stance. BBC One. What? Have you got a live audience for that as well? Whoa, it's the Nightings. It's not live though, is it?
They do it live on BBC One.
No, they don't do it live on BBC One. When are the fucking Queen's birthday honours ever done live on BBC One?
You'll have seen videos of it.
Yeah.
They do it live on BBC One.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't wait. Let's get tickets.
No, you can't go.
Oh, can you get them on the day? Is it
I think
like the Gladys
everyone
Street
who's
end?
getting a knighthood gets like a couple of comps.
Skittle. It's
Right.
Skittle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a password ticket link.
Yeah. Does the Queen have patrons that she's got to sell the tickets to first?
But they do it live.
One is on my Patreon.
Google that now, because I'm not even lying.
What's the
Do
lowest?
that now,
live.
please.
What's the
What?
lowest tier of the Queen's Patreon? For 20,000
Do
guineas.
you think that'd only work once, wouldn't it? Because if you were a nonce and you got invited along, you'd be like, I'm not going there.
Yeah. But then that's how it would actually in the long term pay off, because you stab Rolf Harris, you fucking nonce cunt, right?
Yeah.
He's dead, and then you invite other people, and when they go, nah, I'm not going, then you're like, what's he done? And then you can arrest them and interrogate them in Guantanamo Bay.
So everyone says no.
It isn't live, by the way.
Is a potential nonce.
It isn't live.
Oh,
Well, they're not a potential nonce, but like they've seen what's happened to Rolf, and they're hesitant.
It's a deterrent.
So they're like, I'm not going to that. I might get stabbed the fuck in. And then
They'll stop
obviously
being a
got something
paedophile.
to hide.
Right.
So then you go and get it out of them by waterboarding them.
Right.
It's a good system.
Yeah. Queen.
Quite elaborate, though, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty
Stabbing
elaborate.
people on the telly just to catch criminals.
Tell me it wouldn't work.
It would work.
Tell me it wouldn't work. The fucking 95-year-old Queen with a sword in her hand. She doesn't do them anymore, does she?
Who does it?
She's too old. She's one of those that Prince Charles does it. They go down the ranks. You'd be gutted if you got fucking Prince Edward or something like, one of the shit ones.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Queen ever had, like, at this point in her
Prince
life,
Andrew's not fucking stabbing a paedophile, is he? Come on.
he's stabbing kids with his dick.
Yep. Oh, Jimmy innuendo.
Allegedly.
What does he mean?
Did you miss what I was inferring?
Allegedly.
Don't worry. Adam's here with the good news.
Well, imagine if the Queen, right, just had like
Imagine.
an 11, like, because like they say like people have a midlife crisis, but she's well past that. So she's like a 9/10 life crisis. Imagine if she just had it right, and she was just like, "Fuck this," right? I've been the Queen.
Did she sound Irish then? Fuck this. Jeez, I'm not doing this no more. I'm from fucking Dublin anyway.
No, but imagine. Do you know like how Harry has like relinquished his royal thing because he's had to?
Because he's got a mental wife who's dead fit.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not doing this anymore. And he's like, all right, I'm
Actually,
Ginger.
I'm on Meghan's side.
I am
Sorry,
as well.
Piers.
I didn't say I wasn't on Meghan's side. If I
Sounded
was on
like
mental
it.
wife.
Mate, she's fucking fit. She's beautiful. I'm sure they've suffered at the hands of a weirdly racist institutional royal family. But if I was a ginger kid and that wanted to bang me, I'd be like, whatever you want, hon. Let's go to LA and do Netflix.
He's a prince, though, isn't he? That's not the only fucking
He's a ginger prince.
prime pussy he's ever had.
He's a ginger prince.
He could
matter.
He could pork any poon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oscar Wilde. Thanks for that. He could pork any poon.
But imagine if the Queen...
The bumming emporium. The porking of the poon.
I like an alliteration.
Carl's awful alliteration.
Imagine if she just fucked it off, the Queen. She was like, I'm not doing that anymore. And then you went to fucking like...
Abdicated.
Yeah. And then you went to Alicante and you like about to ride a jet ski and you could just see the Queen on one. She's like, yeah, fucking great. There's never been allowed to do this because I was the Queen. Now I'm just fucking Liz. What?
Just Liz. Just Liz.
That'd be the title of her book that the deal should get.
Just Liz.
Just Liz.
Yeah, she's starting a podcast, aren't they all? Yeah, 95-year-olds going to Alicante. Former queens in Alicante. Your working class perspective is amazing.
She could just buy Alicante.
Not if she fucks off. She won't get the money.
Right, yeah.
If she did that, would they be like a sort of amnesty on money and then they'd put someone else's face on it and give you the...
Maybe.
No, I think it just would go out of circulation,
Slowly,
wouldn't it?
yeah.
Take years.
Do you reckon she's got a bank card?
Oh, I wonder.
Like, do you reckon she's got like a bank? Do you reckon she's got like a Netflix?
She loves I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
I bet they have got a Netflix. I wonder if she's watched The Crown on Netflix.
She has. She said.
Has she watched The Crown?
Well, they have to okay a lot of it, don't they?
Oh my God.
I watched
I've watched
trees.
The
But they
Crown.
didn't okay a lot of it. They hated it.
No, but there's been.
I'm not surprised because it really does paint them in a...
As
A
murderers.
bank card. Yeah, she does.
No.
London-based private bank. Coup. Is that coup? French? Coup and co. But it's not just an ordinary credit card.
Coots.
Yeah. It's Purple World MasterCard Signia card. It's an ultra-exclusive Amex card, but the British version.
Do you reckon
It's so posh that they probably don't accept it at Aldi. They'd be like, what is this?
do you reckon it's ever declined? Do you reckon she's ever been in like Nando's and it's gone, it hasn't gone through? Try again.
Nando's Alicante.
Do you reckon she's ever had a Nando's? Like delivered? Obviously, she hasn't been to a Nando's. But do you reckon they've ever like delivered one?
What does she have for breakfast?
She just tried it.
Do you reckon she has like cornflakes?
Yeah, I bet sometimes. Bit of toast on the side. I think breakfast is... You can't really go too fucking mental with breakfast. By the time we get into tea time, we,
Do you reckon she ever
frog
cooks her
war
own
and poor
stuff?
people.
Do you reckon she's ever just like, I just want to make
Scrambled
a
eggs.
toasty?
Coca noodles or something?
Right.
Yeah? Just like a pot noodle. Do you reckon she's ever had a pot noodle? A chicken and mushroom?
No.
Pot noodle.
I'd bet not. You know, because she's got the purple nonce fucking higher than
Yeah, but
thou.
sometimes it doesn't matter.
The purple nonce. I was talking about the bank card.
That's blue, that.
Yeah.
She's got a fin. She's got a fin. Subtitle laughing. My Queen's speech for this year. Yeah. Do you reckon she's at, like, just... Because, like...
Do we ever get to answer these questions? I feel like we just asked about 19 fucking questions in a minute.
Well,
Okay,
yes,
then,
she
go on.
has
Do
a
you
bank
reckon
card.
she's ever had the Nando's? Yes or no?
Genuinely,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Is my guess.
I reckon she's had
I don't
Nando's
see
style food.
where.
No, like, I want chicken with peri peri. I reckon they'll make it for her.
No, I don't. I don't think the Queen is like, I want chicken with peri peri. What about Nando's, ma'am? Nah, we're not doing it because that would look common. We'll just fucking...
Do you reckon she has to watch adverts when she watches the telly?
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
I think she has to watch them.
No, do you reckon
She
she's
can't skip them.
I reckon she's got like a live feed and she doesn't have to watch it. Anything she doesn't want to.
If she went to Nando's, what do you reckon she'd get? What do you reckon her order is?
She's definitely getting the hummus.
Is it the first time?
Yeah, starter, and she's getting a main with 2 sides.
A lot of people like chicken off the bone. And she's old school, isn't she? I think she'd be into that. I can't stand chicken off the bone. But is that not the classic Nando's?
I reckon she'd get a whole chicken, yeah.
Yeah.
A whole chicken.
Garlic bread.
Fries and garlic bread.
Why is that your Queen order?
Because I think she'd just be like, I want a whole animal because I'm the Queen. And she wouldn't finish it, but she won't care.
What
Yeah,
sauce?
it would be a bit random if the Queen went into Nando's and went, I'll try the beanie wrap. Like it's not, yeah. That shows a bit of knowledge of Nando's, doesn't it?
What you going? Lemon and herb, medium.
Oh no, you go. No, I think she's old. They're not going super spicy, are the old people?
Medium.
Petty tamer. Like the fucking...
Very tamer, like she's a toddler.
Just water, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Sam gets, though. Petty tamer. Barbecue. It's barbecue chicken in Nando's.
We went for Nando's yesterday. Puts tomato sauce on his chicken.
Tomato ketchup.
Yeah. Ring the police.
Right. Okay.
That's Steve, by the way. He's not like that. But
Jesus
puts
Christ.
tomato sauce on his Nando's.
You're trash.
Yeah, Peter Fan.
You're fucking trash. You're trash. So I don't think you're getting knighted, Adam. And as much as I think it would do this podcast the fucking world of good, it would be great.
50,000 Patreons, we should get like a night up for services to entertainment.
Yeah, we are also getting that sort of, money for having 50,000 patrons.
Yeah.
They take that into account.
Yeah.
We probably might need to do, I don't want to upset anyone, something for charity in any way at some point. Because I think they look quite favourable on that if you want a knighthood.
We gave Finn a job.
Right, okay, good.
Jimmy Savile shagged loads of kids just because he did charity. Doesn't matter, does it? He's kind of ruined that look.
Yeah.
He's ruined charity.
Doing charity now
It
is
looks
sort
like
of
a
like,
cover-up.
have you got to hide?
What the fuck? Is that what you say to the charity muggers on the street? Excuse me, sir, can you send any for like UNICEF? Fuck off! What am I, a pedo? Yeah, it's a great comeback.
Do you know, I felt really bad yesterday, twofold. Right. So...
Go on.
I I was walking down Carnaby Street in London, and I got approached by a charity mugger.
Yeah.
And look, we've spoken about it a couple of times. We got in a bit of trouble on this podcast for jokes that sort of reference disabled people.
Yeah.
And the charity mugger yesterday came to me and was like, "Excuse me, sir," and I went, "I'm sorry, I'm just not interested." That's how I said it, and I didn't mean to be that rude or short, but like, she made a proper beeline for me and like jumped out at me, and it fucking, like, it wasn't like, "Excuse me," said, it was like, "Nah," and I went, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm not interested," and I didn't mean to be that short, and then I looked on her top, and it said equality for disabled people, and I was like, yeah.
That was a hell of a jump.
But you're not interested?
Sorry, I'm not interested. Like, she was trying to sell me the new
There was one the
iPhone.
other day in town.
Not now is what I'm sorry, not now. But not now's like less like go fuck you and everything you stand for. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm normally
it's
good
more
with
about
them.
me. Not
I'm
now,
normally
it's more
good
like
with them.
I haven't got the
Well, we
time.
were walking through town the other day, and there was one, he went, "I know him," pointing at him, going, "It's you, innit?
I just walked
The
by.
comedian." And he didn't look at him once. Like, "It's you!" Rather than didn't look at him.
Not interested.
I
Yeah.
just walked away.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know what happened on Saturday last week?
Carnaby Street, guys. Adam was on Carnaby Street.
I think I told you this. Did I tell you about the women who heard me mutter "fuck off" under my breath?
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone tried to grab me for a picture, and I was just like, "Oh, like, you don't get to touch me and pull me just because you fucking shared a clip of mine." And he went, "Come here, mate, go and get a picture." And I went,
Poor t-shirt.
"Mate, I'm going to get me dinner. Sorry." And I walked away with my umbrella, and I got about 5 yards away from him. I went, "Just fuck off," because it really pissed me off. Like, people being that sort of. And there was two women next to me who went, "Yeah, that lad." They're funny.
Don't grab
touch
strangers,
us.
innit?
Someone done it to me in Mojo the other day. He stopped me leaving. I was like, "Lad, don't touch me, please."
Right, of the three of us, Carl's the one you should don't touch Carl.
Just don't touch anyone. Just don't touch people.
I'll take a
And
touch.
certainly don't grab.
I just want to be recognised. I'll take a touch with the first being recognised.
Oh, do you know what would make my
I will
fucking
literally
life
walk with my knob out.
if our listeners just walk past Dan on Sunday? Like, if no one at any point.
Oh, it would be terrible. If everyone just left me alone and I didn't have to do 900 pictures. Oh, don't do that to me, guys. That'd be banter.
You would be
Yeah,
gutted,
you
though.
would.
Mate, I'll be on the fucking piss an hour and a half
You'd
earlier.
be devastated if we were stood by the roller banners we've got and people just kept coming up and going, "Adam and Carl, can we just get a quick picture?" And then they just walk past you like, "All right, mate,
And
you have
yeah,
a go."
That
as well."
happened twice. I go, and then I'd be in the dressing room.
You can't do that. You've got to stay there.
No, don't. I'm sorry. I'm
we're
sorry.
50% business partners and you're doing as much work as I am.
No, not if I'm not because you've set it up as I'm getting ignored. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
What if there's people at the back of the queue who just want a picture with you and now you've fucked them off after the sport we've had off them for over a year? You're a joke.
Fucking bellend. Don't pull my t-shirt like you did before.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Like, yeah.
Hey, snoo this.
It's on the street that I want to be like, hey, it's like a hey, and at your own gig, like that's fine.
Is that a llama?
I thought it was a camel when I got it, but it isn't.
You are a silly lady.
Do you know if that wore jeans?
Yeah.
How did you think it was a camel?
I don't know. I just like.
There's no hump.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
If it wore jeans, would it have two pairs of jeans on?
Like
or,
there.
or one from its
there.
neck?
The old classic question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do the jeans on an animal go round its ass, or do they go sort of across its legs?
Oh yeah. Because these legs are these are the arms, really, aren't they?
For the listeners, Google what a llama looks like and imagine it wearing jeans.
Yeah. I think it goes on the legs, personally.
Two pairs of
You've
jeans.
been sponsored by llamas. Oh, I went to Chester Zoo yesterday. Went to Chester Zoo.
Did you get the thing on the thing yet with the screeching?
The what?
The
I thought that was llama to Chester Zoo. I didn't think that was too much of
you
a.
can have it.
Okay, thank you. Plus, I've not done it.
No.
I went to Chester Zoo yesterday. Didn't see a llama. Saw camels with humps. Yeah. My nephew was. I love it when kids are geeky about stuff. Was absolutely over the like. There was at Chester Zoo. They've got lions. They've got tigers
And bears.
and bears. Oh my! They've got penguins. They've got giraffes, rhinos. He was like, I can't wait to see the capybaras. He was fucking hyped for the capybaras.
What's that?
I
You know what a
don't
capybara is?
fucking know. But it was like, he was like, mate, there's only 2 of these in the world, and Chester Zoo have bred them. He's got he was so excited about seeing capybara. You know when like he's like 11.
Did you get to see them?
So I was like, of course. And then I was winding him up going, oh, you're excited about seeing the kookaburras. He was like, no, he was like, the capybaras.
Does this man think, or this child think there's only 2? I saw maybe 10,000 capybaras when I went away.
Are they capybaras?
I mean, it's whatever you want to say. They were everywhere.
I've never heard of this animal.
You know why? Because it's fucking shit. We went past the tigers. We went past the tigers, which are literally, you've got to be top 5. It's just a big fucking guinea pig.
Yeah, but they're so cute.
And almost to the point when I saw them, I thought he was going to be like, yeah, I was doing a bit. And he was like, oh my God, we saw the capybaras.
Yeah, but they're great. But he's lying about that, by the way, because they're everywhere.
There was shitloads of fucking capybara. No, he didn't say there was only 2 of them left in the world. But it was the level of excitement.
Right.
Then we got to the capybaras, and nearly there was more people in front of these fuckers than there were at any other point in the zoo.
Cute, that's why.
They're just massive,
Adam,
fat guinea pigs.
They look like hamster hippos.
They do look like hamster hippos.
Genuinely. Never seen a kid more buzzed for something.
Do you know what a quokka is?
How can you be more excited for that than monkeys?
Yeah. Totally. What are the top 3? What are the top 3 zoo animals that you get into?
This is the cutest animal ever. You about to say quokka? Look at that, mate.
Yeah, but these are the kind of ones that they've got them. If you go to the zoo, they're like the open spot animals, aren't they? The headliners are the tigers and lions.
Mate, that's the cutest.
I just think monkeys are the best. I always wanted a monkey when I was a kid.
Monkey's the compare, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're excited about seeing the monkeys and the orangutan.
See, I'd happily just go to like a monkey world where it's just monkeys.
Stoke-on-Trent.
Fuck off.
Yeah, there's Monkey World, Stoke-on-Trent.
Can we go to Monkey World?
Oh my God, can we go to Monkey World? Yeah. Yes.
I begged my mum when I was a kid to buy me a monkey because my bedroom when I was a kid had a little, like an ensuite cupboard. like a big fucking cupboard. And I was like, I could turn that into like the monkey's bedroom. And I'm sure she was so close to letting me get one.
Such amazing working backwards. Well, I've got this space, and what would you use it for? I think monkey enclosure. Adam, is that what you'd steal? Because we got a question about this. What if you had to steal an animal from a zoo? What would you go for, and how would you do it? Are you stealing a monkey?
Can it talk to me?
What? Have you done mescaline? No.
Like, is it just stealing it, or are we like working together to get out?
What do you mean? No, I mean, genuinely, it's a monkey at the zoo.
What he's saying is possible. It doesn't have to talk.
Right, okay. Not a monkey then, yeah.
Just wait, what happened there? What happened though?
I didn't know whether it was in reality or fantasy.
Oh, right, okay, good. I was like, what animal would you steal from the zoo?
Basically,
can the monkey fly, and does it have a tank and the keys to the tank? Shit, I want to steal you, monkey. Nice one, Adam. Jump in the tank. We're fucking out of here.
No, well, like if I was able to communicate with the animals somehow and work as a team, it'd be a lion.
Right.
Because I'd ride it out.
Right.
But if that's not possible and I'm just putting it in my coat, monkey.
So what would you say to the lion if he could talk? If you could... So you've got sort of telepathy with lions.
Yeah.
So he's sat there like, rawr. And then you go,
yeah.
Right, lad.
I'd be like, and he'd be like, oh my God, you can talk to lions? And I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Scouse lion.
Well, it's in Chester. It was probably bred there. So he's probably like got Scouse trainers. There must be a few.
Right, okay. So
legitimately could have a Scouse
all
accent.
He's heard all day, he's like, fucking hell, look at the lions. Oh my God. Zoos in the north are great. The Chester Zoo's great, but in the middle of the school holidays, you realise how fucking stupid the people of the north sound when they're seeing animals like, oh my God, the rhino! You're like, oh. It was like the DVD extras of like stupid northern cunts everywhere. Fucking hell, they are really big. They fucking stink, don't they? Shut up. I'm from the north and you ruined my zoo experience. Oh my God, lions are fucking beautiful. Oh, the lions must be like, I would bite your stupid cunt northern head off.
So I'm talking to the lion.
Yeah. So the lion's like, hello?
No. He's like, what?
What?
I'm
not doing a Scouse lion.
He's in Chester. It's fucking legitimately possible.
You go, what is, lad?
I'm like, listen, lad, you hate it here, don't you? And he'd be like, well, they feed me and that, you know what I mean? But like, I'd rather be somewhere. And I'd be like, look, I've got a back garden there and Crocky Park's right by ours.
I've heard of it.
So I'll be like, I'm going to jump in. Don't let your fucking man fucking eat me. And I'll ride you out. I'll get us out of here.
So you jump in to the lion enclosure, and he's agreed with all his mates, even though they could be hungry and bored. Lad, he's sound. He's with me.
Yeah.
You're the lions +1 into the lion enclosure. Yeah. Then tell me how you, on top of a lion that already couldn't get out of the lion enclosure, get out of the lion enclosure.
So obviously the zoo people, right?
That's what they're called as well. That's their official title. They study zoo people studies at university.
So they'd be alerted to the fact someone has fell into the lion enclosure.
Right.
Yeah. So then they'd have to come and try and get...
Is Adam Rowe in the lion enclosure? Don't touch me! I talked about this on a public episode. Don't touch me! Is that Sir Adam Rowe riding a lion?
So then, as he comes and opens the gate to come and get me out,
right,
then we just make a break for it.
He'd see sat on the back of the lion and question what was going on.
These zoo people really think lions are stupid, don't they? How'd you get people out of the lion enclosure if they fall in? You open the gate and go, get out, mate. And the lion comes over and goes, can I come out? So you're like, no, mate. You're a lion. In you go. You know your place. Locked.
And then, just
and then where'd you go?
Down the fucking M53.
Down the M53?
Yeah.
Doing
hard shoulder. Cars can't go in there.
What are you going to go? You're going to go Runcorn? You're going to do the bridge? Or you're going to do the tunnel? Sorry for the delay, everyone. Adam Rowe is riding a lion through the tunnel. I wonder what I have to pay. Is that £1.80?
On the radio?
That's on the tunnel.
Tannoy?
Yeah.
Tunnel tannoy?
Yeah, that was the silly bit. The silly bit was there isn't a tannoy in the tunnel. Stupid Dan. What?
It'd die from the fumes as well.
What?
It'd probably die from the fumes.
I fucking love it. It'd be the most amazing thing. At the barriers to go in the Kingsway Tunnel, just in a queue. Car. Adam on a lion. Car. I'm just going fast. I'm going fast track.
You reckon the lions are free? You know, like motorbikes are free.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're free, or is it like?
I don't think they've got the signage. It'd be a big sign, wouldn't it, of all the animals that Adam Rowe can ride.
How fast can a lion run with 14 stone men on the back?
No, I don't think that's a popular Google search. Though. 80 kilometers an hour.
There we go.
In short bursts.
Yeah. Not how long?
How the fuck do you get 80 kilometers an hour in a short burst? It's like a motorbike.
Lions can run 50 miles an hour for up to 36 feet. No, and can leap up to 36 feet.
They can run for 50 miles
an
hour.
For going through the tunnel, fuck running. You get the lion to jump onto a car.
Or jump over the tunnel. Over the Mersey.
Do you think the whole Mersey is 36 feet?
That's probably about
And the tannoy was the silly bit. No fucking tannoy, Dan. Over the Mersey. Can lions swim with Adam Rowe on their back? How fast can lions swim? Tannoy, Dan.
Question that. How fast can lions swim?
This is the record.
80 kilometers an hour?
In short bursts.
Olympic silver for a lion.
Silver? Who's beating him?
Yeah, let's end on a question.
See the way it says the lion is native to Africa and India? Do you reckon there's like anywhere where they haven't found them yet? Do you reckon like there's parts of Antarctica where there's just fucking loads of lions? Or like maybe like a cave in Brazil or something? Peterborough?
On an island between Ireland and Wales. Lion Island. 14 miles off the coast of Dublin. No.
They don't have lions, they have Manx cats, don't they?
Yeah,
three-legged cats, aren't they?
3?
On the Isle of Man, there's loads of three-legged cats.
I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about that island.
Yeah, I thought it was just a short tail. Yeah, they're just short tails.
Oh.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's not what I was talking. I was making a reference.
No-tailed
I was
cats.
making a reference to the made-up island we did, not the Isle of Man. I don't know where the Isle of Man came in there.
It's in the middle of...
No, it's not what we were talking about.
If a cat had 3 legs, we'd have them all down the middle.
The Isle of Man is off the coast of
Oh,
Wales
like
and
a lion
Ireland.
robin.
What the fuck are you on about? No, it's not, you numpty. It's off the coast.
Wales is there. Ireland's there. It's there.
Dan, can you answer that question, please?
Oh,
If a cat had 3 legs, would it be like a reliant robin, or would it have 3 down the middle?
I think it's probably lost a leg, so it's sort of an L shape.
I'd love to have no more questions in this section. There's the most retarded questions we've had in one section of this podcast.
It'd be like it toppled it easy, wouldn't it, down the middle? Needs the ballast of 3.
Can we go for some food? Nice. Go ahead. You know there's a disturbance in the force when it's me doing an ad read because I don't do this shit normally. But Manscaped have dropped a new ad. It's important. We love these guys. They've supported us, so support them. This ultimate package includes the amazing Lawnmower 4.0. Manscaped, the leaders in male grooming, have done it again. 2 million men worldwide that trust Manscaped with the new Performance Package 4.0 by going to manscaped.com. Use the code WORD20 for 20% off and free shipping. That's specific to the lids to this podcast. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. First off, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the new lawnmower. This trimmer is insane, and I dare say the greatest ball trimmer ever. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. It also has this amazing LED light, so if you're a maverick and you shave your balls in the dark, you can see where you go. And as I said, the Weed Whacker is amazing. It uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system. You get all of this kit within the Performance Package 4.0 and then seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations. Their Crop Preserver ball deodorant for before leaving the house and the Crop Reviver ball toner. Manscaped even throw in 2 free gifts with every Performance Package 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WORD20. Treat yourself. Go around the house, see what else you can shave. But shave everything. Carl, can you shave pets? Don't shave you pets' balls. Just use it on yourself. 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com using the code WORD20. Aight?
Rolling.
Rawhide.
Yeah.
Put him up. Rawhide. They used
One of
to
your favourite songs?
Didn't that used to be a TV show? Theme tune?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, on ITV.
Yeah, it was
Clint
first
Eastwood's cookery show.
It was Clint Eastwood's ITV cookery show. Rawhide.
What TV?
But he was like, Clint, you need to cook that. And he's like, I'm not cooking
He
it.
said, go ahead, make my day. Made me chicken fried rice.
Did he say it with that accent right at the end?
That's Clint Eastwood.
Can you say chicken fried rice without being racist?
Chicken fried rice.
Oh, that's a thing though. There was a little pause. I chicken fried
Do you know what my genuine thought was then? What's my voice?
Rawhide, the comedy club in Liverpool, used to play it as their thing. Before, and I know you think it sounds shit, but it was actually pretty good. I don't know what it was about. You know when comedy clubs have got their, this is our piece of music before the show, and there are some that are irritating. Groove is in the Heart, the Frog and Bucket was annoying. We've said it on here before. Just the Tonic playing Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones, although it goes on a tad too long, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tunes everyone in. They know that that's the thing. Rawhide, the theme tune, was fucking great as well.
Mine was the best at Arsh Gong Show. It was...
Oh, this was actually really good.
And I used to time it with a light switch off as well.
So you know
no, it was fucking great.
With the light switch off. Can I think what it is?
Go on.
What? I can't.
It's so good. I'm so proud of myself for this.
So I don't see nothing wrong with a bit of bump and grind.
No.
Light switch. I don't see nothing wrong. Call, click with a little bump and grind.
So on the first word like that I say here, that's when the lights would go. So the lights would all be on.
I'll play it.
Right?
No, because we'll get demonetized. You can't.
Don't do it, Carl. We need the money.
So it would go.
Yeah.
Feel good, and then the lights would go off.
So it was a laugh, and then it'd go off, and it'd go off, and it'd be red lights.
Gorillas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel good ink.
Feel good ink.
It was so good.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. What a
You
tune.
forgot all lyrics today. Like, it's feel good.
Feel good.
Do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do. Oh, I thought it was just.
No, that's Michael Jackson.
Oh, I genuinely thought in the song Feel Good Inc., it was
I
just...
think at the start it might be, you know.
No,
Is it
no,
not? No, is it?
Feel good.
But it was great and I'm proud of myself.
Is it Feel Good?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. And I want to say bullshit, but
Dan,
And then the
everyone's
lights,
looking at me.
Dan, if you could bring back a 90s TV show, what would you bring back?
All right,
Home
thanks.
on their own.
Thanks, a question that 42 fucking listeners have asked over the last year and a half.
Have they? Yeah. I don't read the listeners' questions.
Home on their own. Defo.
What's that?
It was where they took the parents of children away, left the children with the TV producers, and they got to turn their house into whatever they wanted to turn it into. So, like, the parents would come back and there'd be like a Mackey's in the kitchen, there'd be a slide going around the house.
Have you dreamed this? That doesn't sound right.
There's a slide going round the house.
Google it.
Is it
Home on their own, it was called.
So it's like a makeover show where
the
for
kids-
some reason they get the parents out, but there was never a Mackey's in the kitchen and a slide.
They're fucking, look, ball pit in the spare room.
Oh my God.
Oh my days.
Fabulous.
They've made the smallest soft play in the world and it's fucking genius. I wouldn't...
Put Home on their own, fast food.
Burger bar.
There you go. They did that to the... No, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's that one.
It's a full restaurant.
But yeah, look at that top left picture.
They've got a chef.
That's what the parents always looked like when they came home.
Why did you agree to it, Sandra and fucking
Because
Neil?
they sent us to Centre Parks all
You
inclusive.
fucking idiot. I can't believe our 8-year-old did this to our house. Really? What do you think they was going to do? Shabby chic the living room, you tit?
Oh,
What would you
great.
go for, Mr. Nightingale?
What would I go for?
If you bring a
Oh,
TV
I
show.
literally thought if I could renovate my house, I'd love to rent. I would love my kids to take over the decorating of our house just to get away from Laura being like, I'm not ready to decide on artwork yet. You're going to have to give me a little longer. We've been in the house 2 years.
Or a TV show.
I bought 2 pictures of deers that haven't gone up yet.
Wow. Wow. Once again, it is the contrast of complete nonsense with these weird, honest moments. I've bought 2 pictures of deers. They were 2 deers. I don't know what show did what, and you get a revamp it, or you just get a.
No, you'd bring a
I
pack.
nearly didn't get them because they were very expensive.
I've just said that.
2 deer.
Just said that.
One person comments, "That's a fucking great joke, Adam. You need to get yourself out of his rectum, his coffee-fueled rectum."
2 deers. 2 deer, like the expensive thing.
Oh, I get it. Even though I said the first.
I had venison the other day. What's venison? Deer. I know it's expensive, but it was lovely.
It's good though.
I think Mick Ferry did.
No,
that
you
at the
bring it
Edinburgh
back, but it's
Festival.
not a fucking rehash. Like, oh, it's new with Atten Deck as the host. Way, fuck off. Something like you get to bring it back and it's old again.
Yeah, something like Bullseye maybe. Has Bullseye been brought back?
It didn't stop, did it?
What?
Yeah, Jim Bowen's still going.
Yeah, from the grave.
It's wet. Jim Bone's still gone. No, but there's definitely a rehash of that.
Has it been done?
2006 was the final episode. Sorry, so it's just been.
Strike it lucky. Michael Barrymore.
Who would you have hosting it though?
Michael Barrymore.
Michael Barrymore.
No, we're not having a redo. We want Barrymore back. Adam's willing to
Rectum.
You went for bumholes there, didn't you? Because
rectify.
he's a gay man and he bummed someone in a pool.
Thanks for reminding us, Adam.
He's behind you there as well. Dan, remember?
He looks really disappointed that we've brought it up.
He's going.
Nice,
Never.
nice to have a murderer over your left-hand shoulder.
he murder someone?
Allegedly.
Did he murder someone?
No, he didn't. No.
TV show.
Just being sillies. Just being sillies. What would you go for, Carl?
See, they brought Gladiators back and it was shite. If it was original Ulrika Johnson and John Fashanu, and then the new fella, it was crap. What was his name? Jeremy something.
Beadle.
Imagine what they look like now. And then do
Oh yeah, bring the gladiators back when
Yeah.
they're all like nearly 60.
Yes.
And steroid abuse has riddled their bodies.
yeah.
Yes. Now Jet's
Like-
going, but she's had 3 kids.
Wolf's like
Here she goes up the
70.
wall. Oh, it's putting strain on a C-section scar. Her speed isn't that much. Yeah, okay. I could see that being fun.
Yeah.
I bring back Bernard's watch.
Bernard's watch. Was that where you time travel? You can pause time through his
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, just see what he's up to now as an adult man.
I'd like you to bring it back just because that's how you say the name of the show. The most dramatic. Bernard's watch.
And I want your answer. I chose Gladiators, but like everyone's back on old again.
All right, you're not having Bullseye as an answer.
She just want an old host of the same show.
What do you mean?
You bring it back and it's the same.
Oh, so if they're dead, they can't bring it. You can't have it back.
You struggle like.
Right. Sorry. Sorry, Carl.
Yeah.
It's almost like you wrote all these questions out last night preparing the show, and now you're annoyed that someone's not answering them properly. I literally don't watch TV shows.
So you've got to bring a TV show back where the host is still alive and able to host it.
Yes.
All right. Wogan's out. Fuck.
What did he host?
Children in Need.
Children in Need, yeah.
That's what I bring back, Children in Need. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Let's save more kids.
Bring the children.
I'm fucking asking a question. Where's the line? Lids, I'm curious after watching Bert Kreischer. I love it. I was like, no, Dan, that's not the right answer. Give me another answer. I slaved on these fucking questions that I thought of 8 seconds ago. I'm curious after watching Bert Kreischer clips of him talking about being given Molly without his consent by Ari Shafir. What boundaries do you have that if one of your fellow lids crossed would make it hard to keep doing the podcast? That's from Brian Goggins. For those who don't know, American comedians, Ari Shafir, they're all mates with Rogan, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer, who's...
he spiked him with Molly, didn't he? MDMA.
At his house.
In front of his wife and kids.
Well, but they were in.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like they were all having dinner and he was like, whoa, what's that? I think they were on the property fucking around in like... I imagine that Bert Kreischer's house is fairly fucking large.
Do you reckon anyone ever falls for that? Oh, what's that? Yeah. In the kitchen.
I don't know.
I think you did something there, Harry.
I don't know. No, I don't know a lot of... If you're having dinner and you've got your comedian mate around, if they go, what the fuck? I think you would look. You wouldn't be like, kids,
you'd look.
Kids, don't even look, because he's a fucking nightmare with MDMA.
No, you'd look, but then you'd be like, well, I'm not touching anything on this table now because you're Ari Shafir. You've got a reputation.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you can't spike me with drugs, and I don't want you to seriously injure or murder anyone I love.
No, okay, well, that's pretty fucking obvious. Like, I don't think what Brian Goggins meant was, if you stuck your dick in Adam's nostril, do you reckon you'd be sound to still record? Obviously, if you say the most...
I think we'd have to have a conversation.
Yeah. Dick in still, or dick out?
No, out.
Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise I was doing a slam on my own dick size. That's all it would take to get my dick out of Adam's nostril.
I think I could put up with some very mild sexual abuse from you.
Really?
Like if you fingered me or something while I was just like passed out drunk, or like put your dick on my face, I don't think that'd be the end of this.
Fingered you?
Yeah,
if I fingered your arsehole while you were asleep,
yeah, I have some issues. That would take a meeting.
Yeah, but it wouldn't like be like we're done.
I don't think I'd be able to tell Laura about it.
No.
Why would you do that anyway?
Yeah. Do you know what though? The dick on the face.
Yeah.
If you were willing, as I was sleeping in the fucking in the hotel, you managed to get a key card, let yourself in, and then put your balls on my little cheek while I took a picture, and it was like, lad banner. Although, yeah, there isn't enough facial wash to get me through that morning, I would, by early afternoon, be like, you guys are fucking pricks, but it's kind of funny. Yeah. I think when something has been inserted into your bum,
yeah,
penetration. That's your line.
I think penetration might be...
I would be very upset if you bummed me. Like dick in my ass. Or finger. I think I could let that go.
Which finger? Index?
You can go thumb. Oh, one finger though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very upset.
If he bumped me.
Look at Adam as a man of principle. You can stick one finger on me for banter, but do not give me two or three.
Because one finger's a laugh, two's like, you know, you're trying to get something. Like trying to get me to...
Give you the keys to the city.
Yeah.
What constitutes very upset?
If he bummed me.
Carl just researching.
Like, that might be the point where I'd be like, I was bummed against me will. It's time to call.
So just to check, I can't rape you. Is that what you're saying?
With your dick, you can with your finger.
All right. Is that?
Well, I suppose it's not because I'm saying it's okay. This is consent.
Consent. So this is why I asked the question, really.
So Dan, make sure you use that pass he's just given you.
Yeah.
You could toe fuck me.
See you in court. See you in court. Is there anything I could say on this podcast that would be a hang on, pause the record, we're cutting that out? I'm intrigued because this is why
probably it. I won't know what it is until you said it. There probably is something that will make me pause the record. Let's take that out. Maybe. Probably.
There hasn't ever been.
No.
No.
There probably
Although
is.
I tell you what I used to do, which I will not do anymore, because I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, there's a bit of like drama with my family. And I've taken like family members' names out, trying to avoid an argument. And now I think I said it when Adam had Rona. I've just got a better handle of, this isn't real.
Yeah.
It's not. If any family member goes, we watched your podcast and you said this about fucking Auntie Beryl, like, fuck off. This is part of a performance. It does feel like we're just chatting shit, but we're doing it for entertainment and fucking around. I've got a better handle on where that line is. So I've asked for names to be cut out again. I don't think I'd do that.
So can
now.
I call Auntie Linda a big hairy cum slut now?
Oh, yeah. She loves it. I mean, she's fictitious, but she
on.
does love the jizz.
Linda, you're a big hairy cum slut.
And I haven't cut that out.
That's not a very well used slur, is it?
Cum slut.
Hairy cum slut.
Dan, what's your favourite slur?
We've definitely not finished. Stop fucking there's too many, like, we've got this, we're on this road, and you're like, ah!
Stop being a fucking shitter bus driver. Drive what I want.
But you've
Got to go down this route.
the fucking whole first section was like, but what if we're in Nando's, and what if there was an alien that fucked the Queen? Which chicken would she get fucked with?
Butterfly.
That was a beautiful moment. That's the first time in 200 episodes where there was an argument in here, and I had nothing to do with
It
it.
wasn't an argument, but I can't be like, we can't not finish a point because someone's gone. I tell you what, pause that before it's as funny as it can be.
No
Let's
more
ask another
tangents on
question.
Have a Word. No!
Bitch
Not
tits.
until I've got my.
Yeah, there probably is something that I'd go, ooh, but I don't know what it is, and it would be horrendous. It would be horrendous.
It's not really.
Like I said,
it's not my MO, is it? To
Yeah.
be
He
the
did
one that's going to
say-
say the horrendous.
I did say your mum was bummed to death, and we left that in. So I
Oh
thought,
yeah, but I think that's.
Oh yeah.
She was a hairy.
You couldn't finish it. She was a hairy. A hairy
But that's
cum
not
slut.
real, is it? But that's not. But it's not real.
No, it's not.
But that's the thing, innit?
If-
That's you never
if-
knew my mum. That is all just stupid
What
mum
if she
jokes,
was a
innit?
hairy cum
Where-
slut?
No. This is why it's different. Because Carl, you're doing my head in. It's literally like having a fucking spaz in your ears.
Sorry to anyone who's been affected by the words used in today's episode. Please call us Samaritans.
Spaz is the line.
Yeah.
Spaz is the line.
Take that. Pause it. Pause.
Auntie Linda was like, hey, I need a shave and I love jizz, but spaz is way too far. But it's not real because it's just stupid. Whereas, if you said something about Laura or my kids, that's the closest I've ever been to really annoyed on the podcast. When Rob Thomas came in and jumped on the whole nonce joke,
Yeah.
and then in the piss take, I tried to talk about Etta, and you were like, ah, like you did it, like it was part of the fun, but it was like, I couldn't do a joke about Etta and being a dad because the nonce joke was going.
Yeah.
And I went, it literally, like, the day after that record, I was like weirdly fuming, and it wasn't with you, it was with the situation where I was like, I didn't like that. But because that's my mum's, you never met my mum, and doing mum jokes is so fucking offensive to some people. But it's like if I started making jokes about like Sam or it's more.
It's too real.
Yeah. That's the.
If your mum had been bummed to death, after that episode, would you have pulled me to one side and been like, look, I know you didn't know, but she did actually get bummed to death, so we can't make bummed to death mum jokes anymore.
I don't know, but then it's. Yeah. I think you might know about it anyway, you know? I think
Would you
it
tell
might,
people that, yeah?
I don't know if I could have done 5 Edinburgh shows
When
and not had.
your mum was bummed.
You know, it's.
What a fantastic ending that would
No,
be.
come on! Everyone
And
loves.
then my mum died, but you're gonna fucking laugh when you find out how.
Are you kidding? What, like people haven't done dead fucking mum shows at Edinburgh?
That's what I'm saying.
I could be the ultimate.
Yeah.
Everyone's done a dead mum show, but they've never been bummed to death. 5 stars.
Is that on a death
Horse
certificate?
fucking weekly.
What?
Is that on a death
I
certificate?
think it would be like
Barrymore.
anal bleeding killed her.
Thanks for the jokes. Thanks for the jokes on that one.
The Barrymore.
I was just going to say she got Barrymore, and I was like, I think anal bleeding. Let me just check mortuary.com.
Ruptured bumhole.
Ruptured bumhole.
Yeah.
Emporium.
She had a shattered starfish. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
shattered starfish.
Sorry, this is for me. Yeah. Basically, it's not for everyone, is it? And I can see that for the fucking lunatics who are into this, they'd be like, well, there shouldn't be any lines because you're just taking the piss. But it's weird how all of a sudden you find yourself going, oh, I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
If it's real. Yeah.
It's like when I got called a joke thief by Danny McLaughlin via Justin Morehouse in that rap battle. And I was just instantly like, fuck off. Like, I really got my back up. Yeah. Partly because the whole rap battle beforehand had been like, Justin had been doing that thing of like, let's not be too, let's just keep it.
Yeah.
So I was like, he doesn't want to go too
Justin
harsh.
can be a snake like that, though.
Well, Justin was also sharing a flat with Danny. And when you're getting slammed, and Danny at the time is like a close friend, we've lived together. When someone's fucking fingerprints are all over a slam.
Yeah. And
then afterwards, I went, nice one for that, Dan. Good. Justin was fucking literally mowing me down. He went, never even talked to him about anything. You never talked to him about nothing. So Justin and I are mates. So I said, Justin was like, were you all right about the rap battle? And I was like, I felt really slammed. Because we'd said we weren't going to do that. And what Danny's done is, so Danny's the absolute, he might not even like me saying this, but it's absolutely true. He's very good at accounting whose bit is similar to bit. That's too much like that. That's too much like that. And that's right. He is right. But a couple of times Danny's gone, that bit's like, you're doing that bit. It's a bit like Mick Ferry's. I've said it before on this podcast. I instantly went, you're totally right. I haven't seen that. And within a month, I'd taken it out of my set and I never did it again. It was way too close. I hadn't stolen it, but I could see how someone could go, it's too similar to Mick's bits, the same sort of thing. Danny had basically used that as and that happened. But it was like, in that private little, your joke's too like that, which was not for public consumption. And then I did the right thing, which was take it out. All of a sudden, we're in a crowd in front of Edinburgh. There's a camera rolling and Justin's using it to call me a joke thief. Yeah. Which, as we know as comedians, is I would rather we still do the nonce joke than be called a joke thief. Yeah, it's fucking horrible.
I know it's horrible. And I think maybe... I know it's horrible, if you were actually being accused of that, and I understand why you were so pissed off, but it's a similar thing to this. A rap battle is not real. And, I understand why you were like, that calling a comedian that can cause so many problems and whatever, but I think maybe he's gone, none of this matters anyway.
No, I get what you mean, but he's not a rap battler. He doesn't know the scene. Yeah. I don't know rap battling. You're coming at from someone who knows rap battling. I'm telling you right now. No, but the people in that room, as soon as they said that, they went, ugh. Because they don't know the rules of rap battling either. They're just a load of comedy fans in Edinburgh, and I had about 120 people go, ugh. Yeah. Because they went, I could feel it in the room, and as soon as I did my next round, they were like, yeah. You're a joke thief. You're like, I fucking hated it. So if, you know what I mean? You're right. In rap battle, it's who you're meant to just say whatever, like the mum jokes. But that there are these weird little lines as comics. And yeah, I understand what you mean. It should be fair game. But there's loads of things you could have taken the piss out. In that rap battle, he talked about all the girls I'd banged and fucking named one of them. And I was like, yes, fair enough. It's valid banter if you're going to take the piss out of me. I was a bit of a shagger. But that really, I was like...
Yeah, no, I do get it, yeah.
So is that the line? What about you, Carl? What's your line? Me shouting at you mid-pod.
mentioning his surname. That's Carl's line.
Which I did about 3 weeks ago.
His name's Regler.
R-E-I-G-L-E-R.
G-L-E-R, yeah.
Carl is taking ownership of his surname, like the black community have taken ownership of the N-word. And it's really empowering to watch.
Word.
Hey! That's my word.
And I let me mates use it, but that's it.
You can say it.
My line? Probably just like...
Do we have to say the R word? So you're Carl R word.
Just real family shit, probably.
Real family shit.
Like real, like you can call my mum a slag or whatever. It's not real. It's not real.
Is it not though? 'Cause she's not even hairy.
But like
No, not.
real family shit was like, yeah, that's
Waxed.
true. Though, like, because I'm quite private in that sense. That's
Yeah.
it, really.
Yeah, can't talk about the lump on your mum's bumhole.
I don't even know about that. So why would I know about
Getting
that?
bigger.
That's so nice of you, isn't it? You're not just banging her, you're giving her medical care.
No, it's just I haven't spoke to her about it. It's just noticeable. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
She's got such a big
I
lump
think
on
this
her
is the
bubble.
line when you both,
Right.
without me in the conversation, talk about my mum's bumhole.
You mean Mrs. R word has got a growth so big? Right, I'm sorry, I'm being a dick.
Think that's the line.
Right, okay. We found it pretty quick with Carl, didn't we?
Yeah.
Joke thief and Mrs. R word's bumhole growth. Talking about
It's probably not like
You're not-
a problem though.
dog
It's
with a bone.
It's probably
dog
like
with a bone.
yeah. Because I touched it and it hurt, and that's a sign of it's probably like a spot or something. When it doesn't hurt, that's when it can be like tumours and that. And so it's probably not that because it hurt her. I flicked it.
You won't ever see this because the camera's not rolling. But Steve got so uncomfortable then he had to move because he went, oh, wow.
Flicked it and she went, ow! And I was like, you'll be fine.
Sorry, Carl. I don't know why
I'll
I
just shag
drew-
his dad later. It's fine.
There you go.
I'll shag Adam's dad later.
Genuinely, I'd find it funny.
I know, so I do it.
Yeah.
It's just bits
Your mum
of it.
enjoys it.
Oh, he enjoys it as well. You find it funny, but Ian loves it.
Cheers, Brian. Brian Goggins sent that question in, and it was beautiful. By the way, if anyone wants to spike me with drugs, I'll be there on Sunday. Because
Okay.
I am seriously going for it. Little nervous about the Patreon episode that's going out next Wednesday because of Adam's work commitments. We are doing the live show, the OG Thank You live show. This will be going out to Patreon Saturday, and this episode will be going out on Monday. We'll have already done it. And we're going straight from the hotels where I'll be hanging out of my fucking arse and coming to do a record. So if you're not a Patreon, I think you should sign up
So,
just to see me cry.
I'll be hanging
on
out
an
of Adam's
episode.
dad's ass.
Carl will be hanging out of my dad's ass. Who isn't coming?
Yeah.
He is.
And we actually didn't get a hotel. We're sleeping on Carl's mum's growth in her house. So we got a
What are you doing? He's got a loose pass that he's earned over the last decade.
And I've chosen.
Your ma's got a loose passage. Fanny.
And I've chosen the episode. Old fucking Johnny Fairway. Straight on. Yeah, I've chosen the episode where I got really snappy with you before to do the mum's growth
What time is
banter.
it done?
My partner's bumhole is the next question. My partner's bumhole. I labelled these now, so I know what they are. This is from Hayden. Wag wag.
Wag wag.
Wag wag. Right. So what Hayden has tried to do, I think he's right. Wagwan. That's written. Wag wag. So
Wag?
I mean, I'm pronouncing wag wag. I'm pronouncing yeah. Wag.
Wag?
Wag wag.
Wag wag.
So if everyone can start their emails.
If you're not a
wag, wag.
patron, you won't have a fucking clue what we're doing.
And why aren't you a Patreon?
Wag wag.
May I ask?
Cop cop.
Cup.
Cop.
Cup.
Growth.
Flick?
Passage. Wag wag, Adam.
Hayden, you fucking retard. You've used that word a lot today, you know.
I'm just falling again.
Remember how thin ice we're on with that community?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The retard community?
Yes.
Wag wag.
Wag wag. Wag wag. Wag wag Adam, Dan, Carl and the Welsh one. It's been 10 years and I'm still not allowed to touch my fiance's bumhole. Bang out of order if you ask me. I'd like your thoughts and advice. I'll show her the response.
It's because she's still your fiance after 10 years. Fucking
Marry this and you can stick anything up there, kid.
If you've been engaged for like 10 years or whatever, but yeah, sort it out.
Go on, Finn, you have to take the mic because it's too... Go on.
Surely, by his rules, he's got to get married in 2 years.
Yeah.
Long engagements are for fucking...
Legend.
No.
Oh, sorry, you like a very long relationship.
You like, will you marry me?
Oh, well, yeah, totally.
Carl asks, will you marry me when all her family are already at the church?
How long was your engagement?
Come on then.
6 months?
I met Laura in April. I asked her to marry me 14 months later. I was like, wag wag. And she knew.
She said, "Cup."
Cup. I was like, ring, ring. She was like, hello, wag wag. Why do I find it so stupid? It's such stupid. I think he might have meant to do it, but it makes him sound so stupid.
No, he meant wagwan.
Wag wag.
Wag wag.
He's a dog. He's a happy dog. I got a question.
How long was it, Dan? Engagement?
10 months.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh no, 11. 11, yeah. So it's all right, isn't
As
it?
long as it was within the year.
Were you allowed to touch your bum before you married her, though?
Oh man, loves ass play. Next question.
Carl, do you ever touch the bumhole of your lady?
I do, yeah. I do many touchings.
Yeah. Do you finger a bumhole?
Oh, I'm into it, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I'd be into it.
An absolute super invalid.
Yeah. Do you like a bumhole?
It's happened.
Oh, I feel like we're still...
Hercules.
That's normal shit, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Few gin and tonics. I'll lick anyone's bumhole.
I don't mind licking a little bumhole, me.
Yeah.
The dirtier, the better. While you're
Do you
in the
like
middle.
Sam-
Oh no, be honest. You don't want a dirty bumhole.
No, I mean, like,
It's got to be post
I don't
shower.
mean dirty as in, like, filth. Like muck. I mean, like, dirty as in, like, naughty.
Sexy, yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy dirty.
Naughty.
No, yeah. Like you're a dirty girl rather than you need a bath. yeah. We've just come back from the Leeds Festival. You need a shower. You dirty fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're licking someone's bumhole at a festival, you're a free.
Third night, just seen the Killers. Mate, maybe on the first
Don't
day
make
you
that
get
noise
there.
ever after licking someone's bumhole. By the way, it's over.
Wag wag.
If you're down there, you might as well just, do you know what I mean?
Hayden,
You don't
see-
pull the oven out and then just clean a bit behind the oven. You clean the whole fucking area, don't you?
Yeah, just go liberal. Just go liberal with the laps. Like, do you want me to go down in here? And she's like, yeah, Hayden, I do, but in a very specific area. Just be like, okay.
Lick the clitty and then tongue punch both.
No.
and back to the clitty.
Oh, God. Start at the knee. Yeah, you want to look. Start at the knee. Just lick all the way up her inside thigh.
You do kiss the thighs, don't you?
Yeah, that's the landing strip.
It's like a French kiss. Nice to meet you. And now dinner time.
Get it closer.
Yeah.
And then you
Guess where I'm
tongue
going.
punch.
And
Like
then
meeting someone French for tea. Like, I don't mean cup of tea, I mean like dinner. So you have, nice to meet you. Skedan.
Right in the fart box.
do you not go in for the landing? Closer so she knows what's coming. And then excite her. Just
Just two.
Do you know who Chef Kikuchi is?
kiss her on the shin. What?
Do you know Chef is it Shefty or Coochie? Coochie? Remember them? They used to do the dive when he scored.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Shefki played for Stoke.
I remember him at Ipswich or Reading.
Yeah. He was
I
an
do-
absolute unit, wasn't he?
I do that. That's how I start.
What, you take a running jump?
Yeah.
Right.
Chef Kikuchi. She shouts it and I know what she wants.
The thing is, you can't. The whole thing with licking a bumhole occasionally, it's not like you
Chef
can't.
Kitch me coochie.
You can't be literally putting on the week's planner on the fridge. You just got to do it, haven't you? You just got to be in there, feel the mood, and be like. You can't be like, madam, Wednesday afternoon,
Bumhole.
I'm gonna lick your bumhole. You know.
This is
Right.
how stupid I am. Do you know, because I was talking about going for dinner and like the French kisses.
You're
When he
hungry.
said Chef Cucci, I thought it was a French chef.
Shefki Kuchi. I'm sure he played for Stoke.
I thought he was calling someone Chef Cucci. I thought it was like a famous chef.
Was it like Coo? Was that how you spell it?
Yeah, maybe.
Look at that, mate. Of course I know it.
Oh,
And he
shit.
played for
Didn't play
Ipswich.
for-
Bam.
He didn't play for.
Oh, I remember
Stoke.
him, yeah. What a fucking mad celebration that was.
Yeah, that's what I... Yeah, look.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
The only
Blackburn.
celebration I've ever done and sort of landed in a vagina was Lominalu Aluas.
Next question.
It was a good celebration, that.
All right, Lids, just been watching an old episode, and Dan was talking about the moment he shaved his head at 22 or 23 years old. Just wanted him to know it's not all bad. I started losing my hair at 17, and brave the shave at 20. That's a fucking rough 3 years.
I think
When
it's
you're doing
phenomenal that this man is giving you the don't worry about your hair talk 17 years into you being bald.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Don't worry, lad. You'll get used to it.
I was doing a comb over before I finished my A-levels. Question for Dan. Who would you rather see bald? Adam, Carl, or Finn?
I need me hair. And look.
Don't bother.
Would that be the line? Have we found the line for Brian Goggins?
Do you know, like when you're on Lads Aldi and you cut your eyebrow or something? If you cut my hair, I'd fucking cut your wife.
Yeah. Oh, that's for the other question before. I would genuinely rather you bum me than shave my hair off.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll not forget my clippers then. Right.
If you shave my hair off, I would never talk to you again.
So that is the line.
Yeah.
In fact, that's the most like the spiking thing, isn't it? Because what you say and what like Justin Morehouse called me a joke thief. It's not the same as actually physically having something done to you, is it? No. That is a whole different thing. Shaving your hair.
Oh, mate.
Aye. Because you'd grow it back, but it's take a couple of years. What? No. How long would it take? If I literally zeroed you, what is it going to take to get back where you are now?
Back to like
6-8 months.
I don't even think it'd be that long. 3 months.
No.
Absolutely.
To have a
not.
fucking quiff.
My hair grows quite quick.
Oh, you've got 9 months. It's full term quiff, that one.
Yeah.
What about you, Carl? Your hair is majestic.
I would hate you.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you'd look quite good with a shaved head. Not dead close. Just like a number 3 or number 4. I don't think you'd look bad.
No, but it's like dumb.
Right, okay. just to clear up, this isn't happening. Ryan's not like all powerful, but he's just saying, who would you rather?
I don't even want you to hypothetically say. Finn?
I pick Cal.
Right.
Mine would grow back so quick. It'd be 2 months. I'd be sound.
You'd be back with your Welsh fro.
Yeah.
Got chili garlic hair though.
What's it called? The Welsh fro. A white man's Welsh
Wafro, yeah.
A wafro.
Wafro.
It's pronounced wifro.
Yeah.
It's called chili garlic hair.
That's because of his Turkish heritage.
Chili garlic hair.
Couldn't say heritage.
Chili garlic. He goes in the barbers and goes, chili garlic, my friend, and then they do that.
Barbers, Dad's house. I'd go Finn. Just what about Steve?
He's laughing at
I did
Wafro.
accidentally go bald in high school once.
Every episode these days, Finn.
I missed
you
that. What
just
was
dropped
that?
these bombs.
What did he say?
He went, I did accidentally go bald in high school once. Why wasn't this on the job application? Go, Finn.
So this is... my mum was very stingy, and she used to be like, you're not going to a barber's, they can't do anything with that hair. I'm just going to cut it. And then once...
Is she Welsh or Turkish?
She's Welsh.
You know she's Welsh.
Not well known for it. I have met her.
You've met her. Did she look Turkish?
She's not very Turkish.
She's Turkish. Go on. That was awful. I know. Sorry. All right. Just let.
It's been a while.
Sorry, guys.
And then...
Too dear! I'm not joking. Go on. I'm not. I'm genuinely not. It was a terrible joke. It deserved the silence.
You're in the mood. Since dinner, you've been weirdly moody.
I was in the mood before dinner.
Right,
Ask a question. What?
Sorry.
Go on.
So...
Oh, Finn apologised. Oh,
I don't know why.
I couldn't shave Finn. He's so like... He looks like a lost vole. Go on.
A what? What? A lost vole.
I don't.
I don't have to fucking Google another animal that we don't know.
So yeah, my mum cut my hair till I was like 13. You alright, Dan?
Yep.
What's up?
I don't know.
Okay.
We've run out of song. It's so tragic.
Oh.
Go on.
Yeah, my mum cut my hair till I was 13.
With what? It looks strong. Scissors.
With clippers.
Right.
But one day she was like, I'm busy, I'm doing the tea. And my brother was like, I'll do it. I was like, all right, sound. Because it was just like a little bit of it left. It was just like the sideburns. And he just went...
On purpose.
He says it was by accident, but thinking...
But he's lying, isn't he?
Until now, I've only just realised that was definitely on purpose, wasn't
so innocent.
it? Straight up. So then I just had a line of bald in my hair.
Yeah.
Then he was like, we're gonna have to get rid of it.
Oh, did he make that decision without telling your mum?
Yeah.
Hey, we're not finishing. She's finishing a Welsh cake.
So he did that, and my decision was the best port of call was to wear a hat for school. And you guys have seen me in hats. It's not.
Also, you're not allowed to wear a hat. At my school, you weren't allowed to wear a hat. Like,
this was real. It's anything goes in it.
oh, really?
Yeah. So I put like a beanie on, and I never wore.
Carl's just.
What are you doing, Carl?
Carl's getting a hat. There you go. This is Finn in a cap.
The hair just goes. So. So I had a beanie on. I went into registration.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Oh, Carl, get out of the shot a bit because I want a new GIF.
So I do like a turn.
Just say wag wag into the camera. Like, Finn. Literally, that is the face of a man who starts an email. Wag wag.
Yeah. So that's why I don't wear hats.
Right.
But straight away, my friend's like, he's not got a hat on. He never wears a hat. So first thing they did was tried to get it off me, but I called that, and then they kind of like pinned me back and whipped my hat off, and I started crying. Loads of fun.
Were you 0?
0. Bald. Full on bald. I was called, what was I called? I was called jail, what was it? Not jailbait. I wasn't called jailbait.
You know when they were pinned down, what else happened?
Thug Life. I was called Thug Life for a few weeks, and then that kind of became a thing.
Fucking hell. I don't know how you survived that nickname at school.
No.
Thug Life?
Thug Life.
Well, ladies and gents, Finn. Stories of Real. I think there's going to be a spin-off podcast where we just let fucking Finn freestyle.
Yeah. So please don't shave me again. I can't go through it.
It's you, mate. It's you. Steve's not got a key. Adam is scary with hair. Got to imagine without it. Carl, I feel like we've got close to the line today, and I don't want to go any closer.
Yeah.
And that's he licks bumholes, though. That's new information for the listeners, I think.
Oh, who doesn't lick a bumhole? Well, to be fair, Hayden doesn't lick bumholes.
If you don't let someone lick your bumhole, you're a fucking prude. Grow up.
Oh, no. I don't want my bumhole licked.
Why?
I don't know.
It's lovely,
Exactly.
you know.
See, you don't know.
No, but she's the mother of my children.
No, it's lovely, you know.
So she's mother of your children, you lick her bumhole. What's the difference?
Yeah, that is sexist, isn't it?
It's really, really nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Snuffling for truffles?
It's just nice. Yeah.
Can you make a joke or something? Because it's really weird. You looking at me with your big brown eyes going, it's really, really nice.
It feels like what you'd imagine if a window cleaner cleaned your arsehole for you.
Is the joke?
With one of them big brushes.
Yeah.
Have you ever turned it down? Have you ever like stopped, like pushed away in an encroachment?
No, I've had it done, and it's all right. Just I'm a bit worried that it's just something goes wrong, you know?
I do get worried that I'm going to shit all over the face.
Straight on the fairway.
Worried? Oh, fuck.
No, just like imagine if you just went pfft,
Don't.
over, innit? Like if they just like hit a certain bit and you
Yeah.
relaxed and it was like,
That's
It's
gonna
over for anyone with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's a squirter.
Press the button.
Sorry.
What's happening, guys? It's sponsor time, as always, and this week it's parcelstation.co.uk. If you work for or run a company that likes to send some shite to your customers, you might be able to save a little bit of money on your parcel costs via parcelstation.co.uk. They're a parcel management company, and they work with some of the biggest e-commerce places in the world, like Amazon and eBay, and they've also got contracts with all the biggest delivery companies, like Hermes, if you want your parcels lashed on the fucking roof, that is, DPD, Yodel. They've got contracts with everyone. And if you want to save a little bit of money on your company's parcel costs, go to their website, parcelstation.co.uk/have a word, and see what they can do for you. They might be able to save you a little bit of dough. They've even worked with one of our biggest sponsors, one of our longest serving sponsors, beer52.com. They're a great company. They're fans and supporters of the podcast. So if you are looking to get some parcels sent on a business level, go and support them. They support us. That's how adverts work. We appreciate you. Now let's get back to the episode.
I hate it when we have a guest in and then they just naturally start saying things interesting and I'm like, and I haven't pressed record enough.
But that was also... So Russell Kane's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Russell Kane. Who's scanning the room for watches and he's not yet noticed my £59.99 Casio.
I had noticed it. I was just being polite.
Absolutely.
No, I know watches. I know my shit about watches, but to the extent where people like didn't believe it. And I ended up in a Channel 4, what a way to start, a Channel 4 documentary getting shamed, suggesting I was lying, even though it's genuinely my career past. What happened was, I've never spoken about this. What a thing to start with.
Yes.
I used to go to this nightclub, where they would just look after me and give me a table. I wasn't like getting freebies or anything, but they would make sure I didn't get any hassle. I had a nice table and all that.
Where was that?
It was in London, in Covent Garden. Really nice guy. I didn't want a mate, but someone who joined the table. Fun to be around. And he went, "Will you do me a favour?" It's not my mum. I'm doing an impression of. He went, "I've got a watch brand. Will you just retweet it and say it's amazing for me?" And I go, the guy looks after me all the time, and I'm like there with my eyes pointing in different directions on Zambuca. Bang, hit retweet. 3 weeks later, I get a call from Dispatches, Channel 4. You have been paid illegally to promote a watch brand. I was like, take all my bank accounts, paid what? You were paid £50 to send a tweet. I'm like, not showing off, but wouldn't send a tweet for 50 quid. Right? Wouldn't send a tweet for, who would send a tweet for any money unless it's above board? And they were like,
just like to put out there, I would.
No, with a hashtag ad, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, all day long. So I just said, I've got a passion for watches. That's why I did it. I used to work in watches. Will you come on camera? No, I won't come on camera. So I then sent a statement in. I've worked with watches my whole life. I love watches. It was nothing dodgy.
Did you have to do it to camera?
No, I sent a written...
A lot of accusations going around about me and watches. I know numbers. I can tell the time.
It was written, and they got an offensive working class Cockney to read it out. It's like, I work with watches my whole life. I did. Fuck you, Channel 4. I was a horologist for 3 years.
They got an actor in.
So they got a really chavvy voice.
And he was like, I've worked with that. And they were like, no, could you Russell Kane that a little bit more?
Any other social representation, that would be offensive. But if you're making someone sound like a Cockney chav, it's totally fine.
Oh, Scousers get it as well, just as bad. What I've noticed though, so the reason this conversation started is Russell.
Patek is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Russell noticed Carl's watch, which we get a lot of comments on the YouTube going, "Is Carl wearing a fucking Patek? Fucking hell, those Patreon dollars are coming in."
I didn't buy it.
What actually happened? So this is 100% true. Paul Smith gave Carl a Patek watch, and he also gave me a Hulk Rolex within the space of about 2 weeks. Now, here's the thing. I think what was happening at the time was Paul Smith was having a little bit of a breakdown.
I wish I'd been near him.
And I just broke up with me missus, me ex-missus, and I went to see Paul to have a coffee and a chat, because me and Paul are really close mates. And I noticed his watch. He had the Batman Rolex watch on. And he goes...
You wear superhero Rolex. How old are you, 14?
What's that?
It's the dark blue and...
Oh, right. It's not like Lego Batman.
No. Nightingale's furious he didn't get the Wonder Woman show pass.
Now, I know...
Thomas the Tank Engine Hublot. Press it. The fat controller says it's midday.
His watch is worth 40k.
I know nothing about watches. Never been into them, really. Never even thought... Because I'm not really into jewellery. Like, when girls wear earrings, it really turns me off. I don't really know why.
It's something to aim for, though, isn't it?
There he is.
Yeah, he is.
The double.
Like Sonic.
It sounds irresponsible, but you can't get pregnant through the face. Remember that, boys.
Here, topic. Oh, go on.
Yeah, sorry.
So I went to Boston, I watched that, and he went, have you got a watch? And I was like, no. And he come back in and he gave me it. And he was like, you can have that.
I was
You
pissed
look
off.
like you need cheering up.
I was pissed off. You were living in mine, weren't you?
Yeah, because I was like, I was staying in this for a few days while my ex sort of got out my house. There's less harsh ways to say that, but that's what was happening. And then a few weeks later, we were gigging, and he went to Paul Smith, I really like your Patek. And Paul was like, yeah, lad, you can have that, because I gave Adam one a few weeks ago. Now, Paul's a very generous person. Obviously, he's had a lot of success in recent years and started to do these really big tour venues. And he's got more of a disposable income than he's ever had before, to the point where he's given away these expensive watches. But what I've noticed, because I don't know watches, I just put it on sometimes as like an accessory. The time isn't even set right on mine. It's just a like for show sort of thing. But the amount of people who know it, but not only know it, like will just come up to you in the street and go, really like that, lad. And I hope to God this guy doesn't ever listen to this because I'm going to be quite harsh about him. I told you about it. I don't think I told it on the pod though. So I was sat a couple of months ago. Me missus went to get her nails done in Liverpool city centre. So I just went for a little walk around town, and then I just looked in every shop that I wanted to look in. And in Liverpool, one of them, the big shopping bit of Liverpool, there's like a coffee van, and next to it there's like 3 tables where if you get a coffee from that van, you can sit down and have a coffee. So I got a bottle of water and sat down. And I'm sat there, and then there's this guy, and you'll know the type of guy I'm talking about. He looked like he owns a few bars, right? So he had like a light blue blazer on with a white shirt with the top 3 buttons not done, like cream trousers, brown shoes, hair slicked back, and he was with what I assume was his wife and his 2 kids, right? And I seen him looking at me. I'm just sat there with a t-shirt on, and that's there, and I just don't even think that what that watch is, right? So they'd been talking to each other, but like I can't hear them. They're 20 yards away, right? And then very noticeably, I heard him go, "Did you put the engagement ring on the home insurance?" And I was like, fucking hell, he's gone up a couple of octaves there. What's going on? And then he went, "Make sure you do. Make sure you put the engagement ring, the 20 grand engagement ring, and my watch on the home insurance." And I was like, this guy's fucking mental. So then like 2 minutes later, me missus texted me, was like, "My nails will be done in 5 minutes. I'm here. Do you want to walk around the corner and meet me?" And as I went past him, he went, "You all right, mate? That the Hulk Rolex? I've been on the waiting list for one of them for like 5 years. How'd you get that?" And I went, "Oh, it's a fake. My friend gave me it last year," and just walked away. And I was like, everything he said about the home insurance was for my benefit. Because he'd seen this watch.
I mean, I thought that story was going in a completely different direction. I thought he'd seen that watch on you and thought, that's how common thievery is. I need to let that thief know that we're insured. Because you're like, "You see my new Rolex? Definitely. But there's a bit of blood on it, and I see the serial number's fucking lasered off and that, but it's good to go."
Have you registered the children with the government? Because these cunts will steal anything.
Have you protected the child from paedophiles?
Human traffickers.
I honestly thought it was going to be like a class war story. I was so behind you then.
It's just this really eggy guy.
Why did he have to do that? To like, I'm going to make a conversation about watches. I just need to lay the foundation that I'm a watch guy.
It was so noticeable from, shall we go in John Lewis next? Once to get the kids
I'm
up,
pleased. I'm just pleased to hear coffee featured in a classy London way in that story, because it's moving so quickly up here. I was up just a few days ago at the outer edges of Liverpool, and the person just could not believe I wanted an espresso. It's like, you are. And our mate was going, "It doesn't carry, press the button." So they gave me this espresso.
Where was this?
It was, I don't know.
Not at a Starbucks.
There's a beauty.
We only do tea. Fuck off.
There was a Starbucks nearby, and there was a cinema nearby, and there's like a beauty spot.
Speak, maybe.
There's a cinema. It's on the edge of town. There's a beauty parlour, and it does kids' parties at the weekend. And there's a Subway next to it, and there's a cinema on the Cineworld or something like that at the edge of town. It's right at the edge of, and I went in and we just had the espresso, and she went, "Let me put some sugar in it for you, love, please." And you can have it without sugar, just a bit of milk. You can't just drink that. You can't. And, like a lot of northern people won't let me have espresso. I was in
How much are you asking for, Russell?
I'm asking for less.
Like
That's
a
the problem.
fucking venti?
That's what they can't get their head around.
Right.
So I was in Leeds and I went to have an espresso. She went, "A little tip, love. Get an Americano. Same money, more liquid. More coffee, but money." And I'm like, "No, it's the same coffee, more water." "Exactly, love. So why are you buying a little bit for the same money?" That's sort of the point.
Do you know,
No, I'm not telling you that, love. You look like you've got gigantism. Too small.
Why would you want platinum? Don't look like nothing. Platinum Patek, does it? Get gold.
Where are they from?
It's more shiny for money.
Leeds.
Oh, right.
That's what Leeds.
I had a bit
Right
of
on the edge of Liverpool.
No,
There's a shopping centre and there's a
there were two
Subway.
different occasions.
Yeah, right.
I had a little argument yesterday in a coffee shop on Tottenham Court Road in London with a guy who couldn't get his head around how much milk I wanted. So I drink Americano. I'm with the Leeds woman. Like an espresso for me is just too dense and strong a coffee. I like a strong coffee, but it has to be tall. Yeah. So I said, can I have an Americano with milk, please, mate? And he made it, right? And so it's a normal coffee cup, like one of them. And he'd filled it up to like sort of here with coffee. And then he went, tell me when. And he put, like, it was like he was really running low on milk, right? So he went like, ah!
Yeah.
And I went, I'll tell you when. Because he'd asked me, tell me when. So then he went, okay. And he goes, again. And I went, mate, just fill it up with milk. And he goes, you want all with milk? And I was like, no, because I didn't order a fucking latte, did I? There's already coffee up to here. Just fill it up. And he goes, okay, you tell me. And a third time he went, ah!
See?
He wasn't shouting, to be fair.
Tommy Cooper.
Tommy Cooper making coffee.
Japanese style. What? But that is the reverse of the experience up. I like watching. I'm married to a northerner, so I feel like I've experienced, and I now live in Cheshire, so relatively north. But ordering coffee up here is so different from ordering coffee down south. So if I'm at Wilmslow train station and the train is 4 minutes away, there is no sense fucking urgency in that coffee shop. No one's stressed. Everyone's sat around waiting for train to come, love. And I'll be like, my train's coming in for. I'll be with you in a minute, love. When I've found out about Barbara's grandchild, thank you. I'm serving Peggy here at the front, and I'm like a vein bulging out of my. I miss my fucking train. Like Londoners float while they're waiting for a coffee, sort of bouncing on their feet. Yeah. And when you get down to London, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm on home territory, and Lindsay's like, "What's going on?" And the Italian guy's like, "I serve you all now, quickly. Feed it out of my teeth. Take milk. Take espresso now." And the Northerners like, "Oh, I'll have a latte, please. Milky coffee." And just run out.
It's considered regionally, it's considered rude to ask for the order of the guy behind you.
Yeah.
We like it like, I like to be at the front. I know it's my turn.
Well,
and I can slow the process down as much as possible. Like in big cities, they're like, right, cool, we've got the first 5 orders. We're going to ask for 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, it's so
I
funny.
can't handle that as a northerner.
Yeah, I used to sort of despise London's sort of urgency. As a northerner, when I started going down there, the sort of constant like rush of everything.
Yeah.
But I think I'm starting to like it a bit. Like what I've noticed about me is I hate me time being wasted. I think that's why I get so frustrated playing FIFA when I lose. Because if you lose a game of FIFA, the last 12 minutes of your life have just been wasted. Yep. They're just you did nothing with those 12 minutes apart from lose that game. I didn't enjoy it because it's not fun to lose. It's just infuriating. So me time being wasted. So when
someone's fucking up the queue, you're like,
do you know if
this could be quicker.
Do you know if I'm behind someone who's like doing like 3 miles an hour below the speed limit, I could kill them and their children and feel no remorse whatsoever. Like, it's just like, you're wasting my life.
Slow walkers.
Because
Put them on the life insurance.
Yeah. The car insurance, we need to top it up.
20,000 on the car insurance. We've got an angry Scouser behind us.
So, like, in London yesterday, I was walking around for a bit and I popped into Starbucks and I went, can I have an Americano, please, with a bit of milk? This was before I got the one from the guy who, like, didn't know how milk worked. And by the time I paid contactless as well, the coffee was already there. And I was like, this is more, like, they had, like, a full, like, 4-man team making coffee and the one woman on the till. And it was like, Americano with cold milk. And it was like, beep. And like, there it is. I was like, oh, I could barely get used to that.
You've just got busier. That's what it is. You've got so much shit to do that you need stuff to move more quickly. Now, I've moved north to get away from that because I don't want my daughter to grow up in that environment. I love like everyone coming and going. I'll get up in the morning. I'll be like, I'm Lindsay's Uncle Barry. You've never met me. I've had a shower. I wouldn't go in there. There'll just be people staying over, things moving at a slower pace. I like that, but it's taken time to adjust to that, just to slow down, because I'm a frenetic person at the best of times.
You could be in the Outer Hebrides. I reckon you'd still be doing life at a certain pace, wouldn't you?
Probably,
like,
yeah.
What are you like on holiday when everyone's trying to chill?
You know what? I've got 0 or 100. I'm weirdly good at switching off. I'm typical working class. I love an all-inclusive band. I don't have to think. Oh, there's a cultural bit out of town. Is there? Let it fucking rot then.
I ain't passing the gates.
What about the history of the place? What about... I like to be in profit by day 3 of an all-inclusive. My ideal setup would be a bucket under my chin and one under my arse to shit in, so I didn't have to stop eating and drinking.
Like a queen bee, just fucking...
That's how my dad's raised. That's why if I go to countries that's got loads of interesting shit like Italy, obviously then I will make an effort to do more eat out. But It's like, oh, Tenerife's got a mountain in the middle, has it? Fuck off.
I had
please.
Sharm el Sheikh's got a lovely market square.
exactly.
I don't give a fuck.
No, exactly.
I had a conversation with Sam, my missus, the other day because we've had a holiday booked for fuck you. I felt it.
Why, what's going on there? What's wrong?
Because I mentioned
He's got
my
a Mrs.
personal
called
life.
Sam. He's got a Mrs. called Sam.
It's just
No more than I say my wife Laura, but for some reason, just because someone commented a few times on YouTube, me and Carl were just being cunts really quietly.
No, he just flashed his eyes. I was like,
Is it that you don't believe he's got a girlfriend?
never met her.
No. She's real.
She's real.
hope.
I'll bring her. I'll show you her. So there.
More doubt.
We've had a holiday booked to Corfu for a while. And it's getting cancelled because Greece is on fire and it's on Amber List, and I've got stuff happening when I.
Other than that, come along.
Yes.
Potential COVID and we're burning to death.
She was like, right, so where do you want to go? And I went, here's the thing with me with holidays. We're going for 10 days. I want 4 of them to do nothing. You can plan 6 of them, right? We can go wherever you want, anywhere in the world, but as long as it's hot and I get unlimited beer, I don't want any other drink, just unlimited beer, as long as that's on the all-inclusive and the pool's quite big, so even if everyone's in it, I'll get my own little space whenever I want a little dip. As long as I can do that for 4 of the 10 days, I don't give a fuck. If you can make Warrington hot and there's a fucking pool and they'll give me unlimited beer, we can go to Warrington on holiday if you want. I don't give a flying fuck.
It's on its arse, the Warrington package holiday industry.
It's got a lovely coastline, though. It really is.
Yeah.
Out of all the places in the Northwest, you picked one of the best coastline.
Yeah, beautiful. I don't know about the all-inclusive thing. My worry is that, I mean, all right, say if you're saving up for fucking months and months, maybe you do. I don't mind spending €4 on a beer that I know is good, because I always wonder, like, where's the all-inclusive lager coming from? You know, when they're like, oh, yeah, we've got Bacardi, and then it's like spelt Bacardi, and you're like, oh, I don't think that
They
is.
don't anticipate British drinking skills, though. It's designed for a normal person with a normal appetite and capacity.
Right.
So that's where they fuck up when they do all-inclusive for Brits,
Yeah.
because we can ruin them in 3 or 4
They're like,
days.
people
as long
might
as you
like
train-
3-4 beers a day. They're nice, healthy
Yeah, but like
across
glass
the
of wine.
week, and then we turn up and we're like, 6 each now!
Yeah.
We'll check in a minute!
But you got unlimited. I want all 6 now, or I knock someone out.
Yeah.
Is ketamine included? Is it?
All-inclusive, it's just till 4 a.m. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not all-inclusive then, is it? That's
No.
20-hour all-inclusive.
You don't tell me my bedtime!
And then all the legends have to go sober at 4. I don't think so.
I did have, last time I went on an all-inclusive holiday was to Crete, and I asked the guy, because there was a day that I spent by the pool and did nothing but drink beer all day, and it got to like 9 o'clock at night, and I could have drove. I was so unbelievably sober, and I went to the guy and went, can I just ask a question about the beer, mate? And he goes, of course. And I was like, what percentage is it? Do you know? And he goes, it's just like normal beer. And I went,
Oh, shit.
no, but surely you know, like, what alcohol percentage. He goes, yes, what is normal beer? 4%? 5%? It's like that. You want one? And I was like, there's fuck all in this shite, is there?
That's a 2.5% comment.
All your foreign people are Russian these days. Last week
Warrington.
we did a terrorist. Listen to me. Welcome to Crete, you fucking pig.
I like Warrington. It's where I live my whole life.
Can I ask what's in this lager? Fucking Smirnoff, you bitch. I don't believe that you can. And not that we're ever going to holiday together. It would be an unusual thing to tell our
Weirdly
wives.
good. Weirdly
But
good.
I can't. You in a dressing room are. I tell you what, I've seen some energy. You have more energy in a dressing room before you go on than 95%
Yeah.
of all comedians I've
I
ever
don't know
worked
what's
with
going
on
on.
stage.
I don't know.
First time I gigged with you was at Hot Water, and you turned up with your own kettle because you were like, I need a coffee
Yeah.
before I go on, and I'm not
Paranoid.
risking them not having a kettle.
I bought my own coffee. For the listeners, I bought a flask today. Here it is. I was taking no risks, so I made my own coffee in a flask. I'm sure the coffee's lovely, but I need to dose appropriately.
Yeah.
It's my only poison in life. I don't do any drugs. I don't drink before I go on. But coffee's my thing, so it has to be right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like it.
Do you have like a coffee machine at home, like an espresso machine?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also have, I wish I brought it with me, a travel kettle I normally have on me, but I knew there wouldn't be time to brew up today. And I've got a self-plunging cafetiere mug. You need to Google this or drop it picture in picture right now. It's a Xylus, Xyliss, sometimes spelt with a Z. It's a Xylus self-plunging cafetiere mug. That's what you need.
He got 50 quid for saying that on this podcast.
It's Xylus. No, there it is. It's $7.99 off Amazon, and you put your coffee in it, and it's thermos, so it keeps warm. And then the real coffee's trapped at the bottom. You see that plunging bit? It plunges down and traps the real coffee underneath. Boom! You've got a real filter coffee to drink with a cup that you've got.
I am going to order one of them.
$7.99
the second that we pause for the break. I'm not even waiting until the end of the episode.
Because I can get a bit fiddly about systems and what I like taking away. But is it not super frustrating? Because the more stuff you have on your sort of like,
Oh yeah.
as soon as you miss one thing, you're like, you've not got everything you need.
I've got such a distrust that things will be there. My rider is now, fuck all, I'll do it. Fuck off. What's your rider? Fuck off, I'll do it. That's my rider.
Right.
Water, fuck off, I'll bring my own water. Nuts. Trust no one. After the 5th tour of people going, I've got what you ordered. You ordered Red Bull and ginger nut biscuits. I didn't, did I? I ordered peanuts and coffee. Get out, cunt! And so I want to seem like I'm a reasonable person.
Trust
and the
no
way
one.
to fake
And it's normally said by women who've been cheated on and mafia bosses, and you're talking about the availability of coffee.
The only way to seem like a nice person to work with is to do everything yourself. Then everyone's your mate.
That so checks out. Because I worked with you 3 years ago, and there was someone who was sort of like working with you to sort of like look after your day, and every time you left the room, you were like, God. So I love it how 3 years later you've gone, nah, I'm doing
Normally, if I was further away from home than I am now, you would see also a cold bag with ice packs. That's got all my food I need today. Because you get off stage at 10:30, and it's like, if you're not in a big city, all the restaurants are closed.
Mackies or Starve.
What are you supposed to eat?
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah.
When I get off, because the amount of energy I burn, as my dad used to say, my arse is eating my trousers by the time I hit the fucking transit. And I need a lot of calories when I take a lot of energy on a daily basis.
So you can't eat before gigs,
I try to eat a big lunch 2:30, 3 o'clock.
but then you can't eat a tea time before a gig.
Absolutely. And that's another thing I can't get my head around. The word tea time. The confusion it has caused since I've been up here. I said to my father-in-law, do you want to come over for dinner? The fucker took the day off work. You meant... I'm around for dinner. It's 1 o'clock. What are you fucking doing?
It's
Dinner
not
at
Sunday.
1. Can I take you out for dinner, darling? We'll be going prep for a sandwich. Son, did the word lunch not make it up the M6?
Yeah, but it's nice having those extra 5 fucking bedrooms, isn't it? Welcome to the north. Are you enjoying your driveway? Welcome to the
It's
north.
just the word dinner. It's got too many uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still means evening meal. And tea, to me, is a drink.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not.
Oh, tea time.
No. Yeah, tea times.
That's like Ponzi tea and biscuits. If you have like a tea, an afternoon tea, that would be like a mug and some biscuits laid out on a fancy plate.
Yeah, but that's afternoon tea. We still have that up here. It's only really at spa resorts.
We say afternoon tea, though, don't we?
Yeah, we say afternoon tea. That's not tea time. But you don't call that tea time either, do you?
No.
There's no like 2 o'clock tea time in London where everyone has a cup of tea.
There's no lunch. Anyone who takes lunch gets fired.
It's literally like he's emigrated to Argentina. I don't get a culture.
For comedy purposes, obviously, I'm doing it soon.
I love the people, love the culture.
Do you like it up here?
Of course, I love it. I mean, as soon as that baby was born, my daughter was born, I realised we were going to have to move. Because it's just, listen, I love my family to pieces. I've got a really close family, but things are so busy down there. So my mum and my cousins and my aunts will come over when there is a reason, event, purpose, or errand.
Can't knock
Reason, event, purpose, or errand. Birthday. So, baby's born. Mum, can you do next Wednesday? As long as you filled out the required forms, scheduled in advance. I won't overstay my welcome. I'll get a taxi home at midnight. Why would I stay the night when I'm only 40 minutes away? Thank you. Like, I grew up with our spare room, like, sealed off like a crime scene. It was never used. Up here, if me and Lindsay need a date night or having a difficult week, boom, throw the baby in the way. Out comes a nana's arm, an aunt's arm, a cousin's arm. There's so much backup. They got Auntie Christine live with us during lockdown. Lindsay's auntie. She's moved in, love, because she was bored. She just moved in. She's fucking amazing. Everything's from a tin.
You had that happen, didn't you?
I had my brother-in-law.
She lives from a tin. So it's tin. We went away recently. And I'm not making this up. I swear to you. I will do it as comedy material because it's so funny at some point. I came back and she was cooking meat from a tin with tin vegetables and then looking after my cats. And the food she was feeding my cats had a higher meat content than the food she was eating. Oh, Christine, that's spam. Like, you can't, like, you're a lady of a certain age, you're in your 60s, you shouldn't be eating stuff like that. But it's all right, love. I fry it first.
I will have no slander against the good name of a tin of spam. A fried spam butty, when you've got no bacon in, is just wonderful.
I love it to pieces, though.
Just tin bacon.
I mean, I just wouldn't have it any other way, though. I like the door open, coming and going. Lindsay's mum and dad live 15 minutes away in Sale, who her mum says is in Cheshire. Check your postcode, you lying bitch. They're all from Cheshire till the fourth drink. Then they're, come at me, you bastard. I'm not coming at you, fucking bitch. I'm from Cheshire. Oh, you fuck. And anyway, they stay 1 or 2 nights a week. They're 15 minutes drive away. They stay at least 2 nights, and I love it. I wake up in the morning, they're pottering about, they're playing with Minna, my daughter. It's something that was not known to me. And it's a bit like the Waltons, we all go on holiday together. But because it's what I didn't know as a kid, I now love it.
Yeah, it's very normal. Like, my missus works like an 8 to 4:30 thing now. The new 9 to 5.
Sam, your girlfriend Sam.
My missus Sam, Samantha. And
she's real.
Almost every day after work, she'll be like, oh, I'll be half an hour late because I'm going to go and just have a cup of tea with my mum. She'll just go to her mum's.
And that's unknown in London. So if I was going to finish work, even if I finished it at 4, I'll have a cup of tea with my mum, I'll be like, right, that takes a lot of planning. Rush hour, traffic. My mum is, when I stay in London, I use like a little Airbnb thing. I think my mum's like 6 miles from me. Might as well be another universe. It's so hard to get to.
Yeah. London's different for that sort of stuff, though, especially the traffic. I don't know how anyone learns to drive down there.
How long you been up here?
We moved up in 2017 in Cheshire. And it's like you said, what you get for your money is... it's unreal.
When we're talking about the north and we're like, Runcorn, if you don't know the north of England, we're like, Runcorn, Warrington. There is bits of Cheshire that are northern in geography, perhaps, but it's not like the salt of the earth. Fucking hell.
It's Essex in the north, basically. But accidentally...
I can't move for fucking Waitrose round here. It's not.
We moved up at Wilmslow purely, so it's near Lindsay's mum, and just for knackeredness, I need under 2 hours from London, and that I knew if I get off stage at 10, I can get that last train to Manchester. It was done like that. It wasn't until I got to this town in Cheshire, I was like, I've moved back to Essex in the north. I haven't seen a real pair of boobs, apart from Lindsay's, for months.
Yeah, it's footballers' wives territory, innit, Wilmslow?
If you don't have a leased Range Rover Evoque on your drive, you get chased out of town.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My auntie used to have a pub in Alderley Edge. So her and her husband years ago used to run pubs. Have I told you this story?
David Beckham, yeah.
The Beckham story?
Yeah.
So I was literally like, no, go for it. I don't remember it.
Do you know?
Brooklyn Beckham's... If he's forgot, then tell her.
Brooklyn Beckham had his 5th birthday party at my auntie's pub in Alderley Edge. So it had a wacky warehouse in it. So Victoria and David Beckham hired the whole place out for Brooklyn's birthday. And apparently Victoria Beckham is one of the soundest people you'll ever meet. David Beckham is, obviously this was years ago before he went to Madrid and became like the global superstar that he is, really shy and quite terrified of Victoria Beckham. Like he brought the money, deposit, brought the deposit in cash and was like, my wife told me to give you this. And Brooklyn Beckham, who I'm sure has grown into a perfectly fine adult man, was a little twat.
Of course he was.
He was climbing on the bar, pouring beers out of the things and like hanging off like the curtains and stuff. And someone was like, can you please get down from there? And he was like, David Beckham's my dad.
That's what terrifies me about success is what if you want to be successful, but then the risk of your children being a twat increases with every bit of success you get.
Yeah. 100%.
Just got to chop him down emotionally. Yeah. Are we doing well, Daddy? You're fucking not.
Ricky Gervais said it, doesn't he? He said the Hampstead cunts. There's little Hampstead cunt kids.
Who says that?
Ricky Gervais.
I thought you said Dr. Dre then, you know.
Dr. Dre said
says
the Hampstead
Hampstead
kids.
cunts.
How did he rhyme that?
Smoking them blunts.
With the pebble dash fronts.
Is that something you worry about? It's just we're not quite there, but I've got a 4-year-old, just had a baby, and then there's a point where you're like, if this keeps going, is she going to the comprehensive? And Laura's like, she fucking is. Yeah. Because she's not ending up like one. So, like, Laura's from a council estate in Nottingham, and she would rather Etta go...
Laura, your wife.
Yes, good. It's fair. It's valid.
No.
96.
I was on a pogo.
She would rather she go and, like, fucking fight it out at the... whatever, just the normal secondary school, then go to a private school around the corner.
What I do...
There's a bit of me who'd like, I'd love to raise a little fucking...
I'm going to send my kids to private school, but I'm going to get them the uniform of the local comprehensive and put them in DAF for pictures to put on Facebook. So all my friends and family think they're going to the shit school, but they're actually getting a great education.
Right, all right. So you just project that out.
Do a combo. If you've got the money, send them private primary and then give them a head start and then boom, bit of real world learning during puberty. The other advantage you got in some of the areas you got to be, you still got the 11, it's a bit serious for this podcast, but you still got the 11 plus. So any kid that is bright can go to school with other bright, working class, normalish children, still be around people that are doing normal jobs, but in a learning environment. So you're lucky you got the best of both worlds.
Where's that? Are we still doing the 11 plus?
Altrincham, for example, as an area in between here and where we're sat, has got an 11 plus, and some areas in the northwest still have it. So to me, if you can get your kid...
I'm getting turned on there.
I didn't know that was a thing.
If you can get your kid into a grammar school, it's the best of both worlds because they're going to be with bright children of all income scale.
What if she's thick and we've got money? What'd you do there?
Private school.
Then she's going to drama school. She's going to stage school.
Have you met any posh people? Thick as fuck, but great education.
I know Latin, but I can't square a number.
Really useful. Shall we?
Do you know Latin, really?
No.
Yeah.
Carpe diem.
Oh, nice.
Love it that he couldn't be like, no. He was like, I'm going to do one bit of Latin.
Is carpe diem Latin or French?
Oh my God.
There you go.
Fucking ruined it.
Carpe diem.
He didn't mean that either.
Oh.
Shall we have a break?
Why not? Let's have a break. What's happening, guys? Ooh, look at your outfit. Shocking. You look horrible in that. That's a shit t-shirt, jumper, dress thing, whatever that is you've got on. What you need, lad, is a fucking t-shirt or a hoodie from haveawordpod.com. You want some official Have a Word merch? Go to haveawordpod.com and get some then, instead of wearing that fucking shite you've got on. It's horrible. You look a joke. Don't be leaving the house like that. You want a hoodie that says rat? That's what you need, lad. Go and get it. haveawordpod.com. So you're dropping a drill track next week, Russell?
Well, listen, the other day I was just messing around. I'm famously like into all animals. I'm bipedal. I have a dog and a cat, so I feel like I can comment. And having owned a dog for a decade and cat for a decade, in my opinion, on balance, cats just edge it slightly.
As better pets?
Just slightly. The reason
Well, that's a rough opinion, that, lad.
and exactly, that's why there has been beef. There's been some more beef than's in my cat's food. And I'll serve that beef back next week when I drop my drill track. And
So you're doing a drill track about cats and dogs?
The meat content's going to be high. You won't want to meet the meat content that's coming at you. Trust me, Daddy.
Oh, never. Please, never call Adam Daddy while you're looking at him. That was a hard moment to do.
No, but the thing is, you know what annoys me about it? So if I say, right, I'm bringing my dog today, the first thing you're going to say, is it mixed breed? What breed is it? And I say, I'm bringing a Rottweiler. You've all got your prejudices about what my dog's personality is going to be like. It isn't. It's a pug called Colin. But if I was to bring my pug, you think, oh, lazy, comical, probably going to have an epileptic fit and piss himself halfway through. Accurate on this occasion. Yeah. If I say... Right,
we were worried about that with you, to be honest.
That's the bit that was edited out. We've only just cleaned up. But with a cat, if I say, oh, I've got a cat, don't worry if you don't like cats, you like mine. It's not like, well, what breed is it? Because people are so ignorant.
There isn't breeds of cat, is there?
It's just colours. Completely different personalities, more different than you can imagine. Some are aggressive, some are a bit more fighty, some like their outdoor time, some are just like limpet monkeys that hang off you, and the Burmese cat's very much like a dog. My cat Terry, yeah? Do I like pussy very? That's just one of my bars I'll be spitting next week. My cat Terry.
Does he like pussy? He very like it.
I've got all three cats. I've got a Devon Rex, a Ragdoll, and...
Ragdolls are great.
Terry.
Right.
I've got three.
And what are they all called?
Terry, Donna, and Roy. And if I press that clicker, all three of them in a row, all three high five, all three receive a treat. They're all affectionate. They can all be spun round so they sit in your arms.
Oh,
like
you train your... Jesus, you've just reminded me when you were training your dog. We did a gig in Leeds and you had your dog with you and you were training him. And I remember thinking, Russell doesn't fuck around with dog training. No, do you have a clicker for your cats?
I do. They're all clicker
love how mental you are. It's great.
And so basically I get all the emotional feedback from the cats that I get from the dog, but with one difference. They bury their own shit in the garden. Boom, sold.
What?
Cats bury their own shit.
How many clicks is that?
1 click wee, 2 click poo.
4 clicks, Terry, he's had a coffee. Bury it deeper.
Do the cats ever bring you gifts?
Yes, we've had mice, and last week Roy bought me a Tiffany bracelet. Seriously, don't be seriously, shit about my cats. I'm dropping it next week. The track gets dropped. It's called Cat Flap. Or it might be called G's keep cats and pussies keep dogs.
Is there anyone you're beefing with in particular here? Or
No,
you
I've
just
invented the whole thing, and I'm mental. Here's the thing, though. If you were to tweet today, cats are better than dogs, there'll be some people that take it in how you with a twinkle in the eye, and other people will be genuinely furious.
Yeah,
Very
people
divisive.
get really angry about it. A couple of weeks ago, so I had COVID and isolated at me missus' parents' house.
Did you? What, can I ask you? What were your symptoms? Did you get?
Got a cough, got a bit tired. And
more racist.
Me oxygen dropped one night. I was largely fine.
He was in
Involuntary
hospital for racism.
Involuntary racism is
yeah.
really, really bad.
Yeah,
That's when that Russian voice started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Long COVID racism.
I'm ready to order now, please. Can I please have the chicken tikka biryani, please?
I can't breathe. You listen to me. I cannot breathe. Oxygen, 89%.
It'd be amazing if Adam came back from COVID with foreign accent COVID.
That is a syndrome.
I still going.
Have you seen that? Is a thing, though, isn't it? When
Yeah.
you have
we
a
spoke
stroke, have
about
you
it.
seen the woman?
Yeah, but not for COVID though.
Yeah, so because I'd isolated there, I paid for a cleaner to clean their house because they were away at the time. That's why I isolated there.
That's when the prostitute's head was discovered. Wasn't it?
Well, there was a bird discovered, like
What a
a
gift.
pigeon,
What?
a full pigeon. So I let the cleaners in, and then I just sat in her parents' living room, just working away on this thank you show that we're doing on Sunday. I was just like getting the tickets and that sorted. And there was 3 cleaners there. So you pay for like 3 hours, but they come for an hour, but there's 3 of them. So it's like 3 man hours you're paying for, right? And they come in and they're like, "You all right, love? Yeah, we'll start in the kitchen. We'll go to the back room in a minute." And there was not a word out of them for half an hour. They're just passing around cleaning. And then I just heard one of them go, "No, I can't! No, I can't! There's a fucking pigeon with no belly in this living room!" And I went, "What?" And she went, "Come in here, babe. You're going to have to have a look at this because I can't fucking deal with this. I'm only a cleaner." And I went in and the cat had like ate away at a pigeon's stomach and then just left it in the... In the
How
back
long
of-
it had been? Had it just brought it in?
No, the cat wasn't there, so it must have been there a couple of days.
What? Did you not notice?
No,
How
so
dirty was your house before?
we isolated in that house.
Yeah.
And then I went back to my house and her parents weren't coming home for like another week.
Oh, right.
Right.
So it was like the day before they were back, I was like, I'll get the house clean fresh for them.
You've not been sat there with the Chinese and that's been like behind the couch.
No. So
It smells weird.
Served it with some pineapple rice inside.
it could have been up to 6 days.
Would you like a pineapple rice chicken? Yes, please.
No, I'm not dealing with
Yeah,
it.
no,
And
put
one-
your cock away, Adam. That's the real story.
I'm not cleaning that.
I'm just the cleaner. I don't know what you thought was happening.
I mean, it started dodgy. Booking 3. We all know when you book 1 cleaner and 3 turn up. No, never seen it.
One of the other cleaners was just not ours. She was like a bit older, and she just got literally.
Things I'd fucking seen, love.
She got 1 sheet of kitchen roll on her hand, come in and went, "Oh, use her fucking shit bags," and just picked it up and went and put it in the bin outside.
Oh my god.
Recycling.
What?
She put it in the recycling.
Recycle
There isn't a
pigeons?
dead pigeon recycling bin, is there? What
Recycled
colour's
into
that?
what?
Goes in the green bin.
Does it?
Well, it's kind of part of the garden, isn't it?
Well, it's in the recycling centre now because it got put in the
That
blue
is
bin.
racist against pigeons. Are you saying pigeons are the same as gardens?
Yeah.
Anyone triggered by that?
If you've got any dead bodies, don't put it in the garden waste bin. I don't think that's what they want to deal with at the recycling centre.
Can't believe-
Not the fucking corpse here, Alan.
You don't call a pigeon a corpse.
Is that Barry from Runcorn? Recycle him.
Do you want to do some stand-up stories? So we got stand-up questions. Do you want to do a little
Whatever
bit?
you-
We can do 1.
Fire anything
We can
at
do
me.
as many as I ask. Pigeon murdering cunt.
I didn't murder the pigeon.
With your dick.
That is an elaborate covert story, isn't it, for the pigeon murdering?
Ellis Adderley says, "Hi, Lid. Semi-serious question here for you. When I was in my teens, my parents took me to see some touring comedians, mostly popular comics, playing larger venues. Bridges, Widdicombe, Manford. We hadn't been for a few years, so I decided to go to a few more comedy clubs to get my fix of live comedy without paying megabucks or waiting to see my favourite comics on tour. Every time I've been to a comedy night at a club, the crowd have totally ruined the experience for me. Cunty hecklers and talking while the comic is on, or just being drunk and disorderly. Have I just had bad luck? Were they just shit comics for not controlling the crowd? Are all club comedy nights like that? If you guys could shed some light on shit crowds, then that'd be great. I really want to enjoy club comedy, but it's hard with so many bell ends in the crowd. Just weird how it doesn't happen as often at tour shows. Love the pod. Keep it up. That's from Ellis.
I feel like if he told us what city he lives in, we could guess the fucking room.
Yeah. Sounds like some Philadelphia shit right there.
That sounds like some comedy loft shit right there.
You're a man who does both, because you're
lot.
one of the few comics that we've talked about this a lot. There's a lot of comics do the circuit, they progress past the circuit, and you never see them again.
Yep.
Whereas you tour, you do big rooms. We both worked with you 2 months ago.
Yep.
I've seen you at club gigs. You've done the Manford gigs.
Because you still
I'll be
make an effort to do clubs.
Frog and Bucket tonight, unpaid, unannounced. I'm on stage 10 p.m. tonight. Where 2 nights ago, I drove somewhere else, went on stage. Where was I? Excess Malarkey. In the back of a pub, in a gothy room. I was on there, unpaid. Why? Partly fear of losing touch with the fire that made me, sort of thing. You know, like when in Rocky 1, when he goes down into the basement and punches meat because he can't afford punch bags, and he turns into a bellend. But by the last Rocky movie, back down in the fridge to punch meat because he's realised that's where it's at. The main reason I do that was I saw what happened to people that stopped doing it. So if you just keep doing these big posh rooms and everything, fine, enjoy your life. Sooner or later, you're going to get a phone call to do a big posh show that's got nothing to do with you. It might be the Royal Variety. It might be John Bishop Presents. It might be anything like that.
Somewhere where your fans aren't.
Your fans aren't. It might not even be a comedy show if it's the Royal Variety show. If you've lost touch with how to go on stage to people who aren't there to see you, you are fucked. Yes. It's a particular muscle that you must continue to train. It's also, if you get that muscle big enough, 30 grams of protein a day for the geldem. If you get it big enough,
Daddy,
there is corporate work aplenty. If you don't know what a corporate gig is, it's all the people trying to enjoy their dinner before they collect their award, and some show-off prick, i.e. you, the stand-up, is going to go on and try and be funny for 15 minutes and then hand the awards out. You've now reduced the amount of comedians in our country who are good at those to about 1%. Yeah. They are the hardest type of gig you will ever do because it's predicated. They're not there to see you. They're not there to see comedy, and they're not there to listen.
Oh my God.
So the more you take normal club gigs...
They're there to be told that they're fucking employee of the year and well done for selling all those cars back in April.
So, not that I'm suggesting Frog and Bucket and Excess Malarkey are like that. They're fantastic gigs, but there are plenty of gigs I take on purpose in London. No mics, no lights, might be 3 people in the audience, might be all the conditions your listener has just described. They're the fuckers I sniff out like a bloodhound. It's the equivalent of punch me in the face, see if I can take it. That's why I do them, just to stay sharp.
I can't. I think the Rocky analogy was fucking beautiful as well. What are you doing this week? You doing any gigs? Yeah, I'm going punching meat in fucking London to make sure that when I get given a fucking face to punch, I'm knocking it off its fucking shoulders, mate.
The short answer to the question is, it's not the usual experience. I play a lot of club gigs, and maybe 5% of them I go in, oh, they're a bit rough tonight, I've had some heckles. Maybe less than that.
I think what's happened here is he lives somewhere where either there's only one comedy club or he's gone to the same comedy club despite his bad experiences a couple of times because maybe the tickets are a little bit cheaper there than they are at the good comedy club down the road. Like, we're not... I'm not here to slag off any comedy clubs because I love them all and I don't mind a bit of a challenge of a gig because I sort of share your attitudes. Exactly. I'm not at your level and touring to your level and getting the work to your level.
Load the bar, build the shoulders in.
Yeah, I want to be good at this stuff. So I don't mind taking a tough gig every now and then. But for example, in Birmingham, you've got the Comedy Loft and you've got the Glee Club. And the Comedy Loft, as much as it's putting money in comedians' pockets, it's not ran meticulously and to the same level of love for comedy that the Glee is. It just fucking isn't. And if you go to the Comedy Loft as a punter who genuinely wants to see live comedy, I'm very sorry about that, then...
Oh, she's got to isolate again.
Then Call Aishan.
There's a lot more stags and hens let in there. There's a lot more works parties. There's a lot more big groups that go to those shows because it's someone's birthday. Because all they want is as many people in the room as possible. Whereas at the Glee, if a stag do rings up, they tell them, yeah, you can book in, but we're telling you right now, if you're a dick, you're gone. There's no second warning. If you're being a group of twats and trying to ruin the show, we'll kick you out. So if you're in a city where there's, and you're a listener of this podcast, you know how passionate me and Dan are about comedy. If you want to email in and go, look, I live in this city and there's these different comedy clubs, which one should I go to? I'm quite happy to email you back and tell you exactly which one you should go to, because some are ran better than others, and there is a few where this will be your experience because they allow shit behaviour to go unchecked. But there's plenty of comedy clubs out there where it's not, and it's ran just like those big theatre shows are.
And you can get unlucky. You can get unlucky.
Yeah.
I just played the Frog last weekend. It was blinding Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I love that club. It's where I grew up. I've done it where you've had one good night out of the 3. You can just get unlucky. It's the nature of the beast. And why is it different on touring shows? Because the tickets are 25, 30 quid and everyone's going, oh my God, we're going to go and see Russell. They're
You're a
sat
legend.
there. Yeah,
Look, he's
they're
touching
in.
the microphone. How has he thought that up? So original. But also,
Does it make you soft if you do it too much? Have you
I
gone
wouldn't
through?
know, because I never have.
Oh, right. Have you? Right.
Never underestimate the power of a bouncer either. Comedy Store and Glee. Do I have any heckle put downs? I don't need them. I just go chuck that cunt out and carry on.
Yeah.
Easy. I've got comedy.
Hot
so
water's the same
I don't
as
want to. People that misunderstand a heckle, like a funny interaction where you start talking to someone and then ruin them. Yes, all day long. I love doing stuff like that. But someone go, hey, get off stage, Nick Grimshaw. It's like, oh really? Is that the best you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I just let the bouncer have a whisper.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I love seeing it as they're like, yeah, I fucking nailed that, and then all of a sudden you see the tap of the bouncer, like, and then and then it goes so much quieter.
Yeah.
I've told the lads at Hot Water now, the door staff, because Hot Water, they try and run stuff to the same level as the store and the Glee and that do, and Binty, who runs it, genuinely gives a shit about comedy and he wants the show to be great. So he's got his staff and his door staff drilled to, if someone's talking or shouting out, go over and talk to them. And because of how small Hot Water is a room and they really pack the seats and there's not a lot of walkways, it's very obvious to everyone in the room if anyone is being told off, because the doorman is always sort of visible because of how the room's laid out. I've told them when I'm on, particularly if I'm closing and it's like the late show, until I tell you, get rid of him, just leave it. Because if he's talking, I'll tell him to shut up. If they heckle me and it's funny, I actually don't mind that, because I'm always like, well done. You've said something funny and got a big laugh. If they heckle once and I deal with them, great. If it's 3 or 4 times or they won't shut up, I'll literally just go to the doorman, do us a favour, lad, just get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then once the awkwardness is done, you laugh with the crowd about how much of a twat they were, and then you go back to your stuff. Like, it's very, very, very easy.
have
A
you
bad club is when they're like, could you get rid of them? And no one comes.
No.
Because there are some comedy clubs that are like, what do you mean there's a party of 8?
Yeah.
That's a lot of beer sales. And that's the
Bouncer,
defining,
it's like
like,
Mr.
that's the
Muff.
line, isn't it? If they're worried about a great show or if they're worried about the bar take. That's,
I had my a manual heckle the other. It was just before lockdown, actually. I won't say which awards it was, but it was in an industry to do with putting up buildings and things like that. So it's typically my audience full of
industry to do with putting up buildings.
I won't say what the name of the awards. There's many building awards out there, and it was full of my sort of people: Dave, Gary, Terry, Little Dave, Big Dave, Little Terry, and Dave. Every table.
Your fucking other pets.
I went on, yeah, they were gerbils. There was no sign that there was going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Even though obviously it's a corporate gig, so it's choppy seas anyway. So I've gone on, bit of stuff. Yes, I mentioned Brexit, but I was made sure to mock both sides. Wasn't being overly lefty, coming in hummus, free to bet. Easy stuff. And start handing out the awards. Everyone's going to... But what I'd obviously done, there was a guy in the audience just waiting who I'd fucked... I don't know what I'd said, or if he didn't like me, or if it predated that gig. And he wasn't a tall guy, maybe 5'7", 5'8", but square. And he worked for a demolition industry. So people that work in demolition are the hardest of the hard. So I handed out the award.
Like the opposite industry, innit?
When
Bringing buildings down.
Yeah, exactly. When I hand out awards, sometimes I go, and in Silver Place, which isn't the winner, and everyone laughs. The most innocent joke that wouldn't even trigger a 12-year-old. That's the only thing I think I could have done. Sort of made fun of who got the silver. So the lads who have won have come up on stage, and I'm doing the photo. Little do I know, the pissed off lad has tagged on to the end, pretending to be their mate, working their way down. Handshake, handshake, handshake. And he goes to me, Russell, puts his arms out to give me a hug. I don't know if he was geared off his tits or whatever. And then boom, I see it change into a fist at his widest stance, because it was a hug that went, and this state of me, I'm like a pepper army with features.
One fist or two?
One. He's gone like that,
He
Russell.
was fucking defibrillating you then.
You think if I go make to hug you,
Yeah.
you're not ready for the pullback of my fist because it's already in position. And I'm like a pepper army with fucking features. If this connects, I'm in trouble. The one advantage is I'm just on coffee. Thank you, Xylus self-plunging cafetiere mug. This guy's come in and it was like the world just went, and I just did a head to the side. I got ear burn. My ear went red where the guy's fist did. You know, like at school where someone went like that on your ears. Yeah. That's all that hit me was on the ear. He went to hit me so hard that the punch that missed me, he went round and fell off the stage. That's how hard the fucker was going for me. He came back up off the stage like a horror movie, like, it's not that I was being tough or anything, but you can't believe it. I don't know if it's happened to you. You just don't believe it's happening. So you don't defend yourself. You don't run off. You just sort of stand there waiting to die like a pleb.
You look hard, but you're actually in shock.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, okay.
He's come up and he's gone for me with the left. He's missed that and gone off the other side of the stage. The bouncer has then come up and knocked him clean out in front of the audience. Dig! One dig. Guy's gone. The body has taken off.
Corpse.
Because it's technically an assault, I don't realise this. They're holding him in a room till the end of the gig so I can decide what I want done with him.
Green bin, Russell!
But because it was a construction awards, I went, any other awards, I would stop now. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to finish the fucking awards because you're legends. Everyone's like, losing their shit. At the end, they was like, are you okay? Have you been triggered? Do you know what I did? I went up to my room, I watched Creed 2, and I drank whiskey. I had a fucking banging night. That is the most extreme heckle I've ever had. And it was, if that had hit my head, it probably, I don't know what damage it would have done because the guy was big.
How did he get a second put? Like, that is bad security work, isn't it?
Because the stage is maybe as high as this table.
Right.
So he was up pretty quick with the left. The guys were running. You've got to bear in mind, I don't know if you know it or any of the listeners have seen it. If you Google the Grosvenor main ballroom in London of the Grosvenor Hotel, it's massive. It can seat 4,000 or 5,000 people and security's dotted around the edge. You don't really have security next to you on stage. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like Chris Brown or anything. But the guy who punched me thought he was.
He wasn't available. Hosting the awards night, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Chris Brown.
I wasn't expecting the Chris Brown reference at that point.
It was crazy. Have you ever had anyone try to punch you at a gig?
Have I?
Is that someone trying to punch him on a podcast?
Really?
I apologise.
Doing the posters.
I don't think I have. No.
My ear was red. It was crazy. Just the ear was like, and inside, because I'm a moron, I'm thinking, fucking yes, mate, rather than, I need to go to counselling because I've got PTSD.
Did they film it? Did anyone film this?
That's what I asked, yeah.
I had
viral content.
I had 6 people waiting outside in Liverpool to do me in.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know whether you'll have done it.
You've been selling these Hulk Rolexes all over Liverpool.
I don't know whether you've done Hot Water's external gig at Grand Central. Have you done it?
I did one where it was in like a big hall around Christmas.
Yeah.
Paul Smith was on before me.
That's the one.
Ripped the shit out of
That's
it.
fun, isn't it?
And then the Cockney got pushed in.
So that gig, right? I was closing it. I think Paul had opened and someone else in the middle. I think it was Danny McLaughlin or Freddie Quinn comparing it. So I get there after doing Hot Water because it's one of those nights in December where Hot Water have put 11 gigs on and they're like, you're doing 9 of them and you're running all over the city to do them. So I get there and Danny's like, there's fucking 6 at the back there, 3 lads, 3 girls. They won't shut up, but the venue won't kick them out because they're spending so much money. Oh, fucking hell. So I go on and they're talking and heckling. And I was on my 6th, 7th gig of the day and just not in the fucking mood for it. So I was horrible to them. But because the whole crowd hated them and they'd been twats all show, it was easy to just destroy them and get big, big laughs. And they hated it. So I was calling the girls coke slags. I was calling the lads shithouses. I was just awful to all 6 of them. And then one of them goes to come to the stage. So they do get kicked out. So they're all done. So I'm in sort of a phase of, I've done 6 sets. I've still got 3 to go. And I come off stage, I sit with Danny for 5 minutes because I've got 20 minutes before my next stage time or whatever. So I'm waiting, and then I went to go out, and I come down the stairs, and I go out, and the doorman just grabbed me and threw me back in. And he goes, all 6 of them are waiting out, you need to go out the back way. So he walked me up the stairs and let me out the back door. Mate, and he was like, they're literally waiting to punch you.
You could have been done that night.
Yeah. If that doorman weren't there, if he'd just like nipped for a piss or something or whatever, I'd have walked out and 6 of them would have kicked the shit out of me.
You'd have had to use your Hulk powers.
But it's a surprise it doesn't happen more often, in a way.
It is really.
Like considering how annoying we can be
Yeah.
and how drunk they can get and pissed off crowd audiences.
Especially
When,
when they're on
you
the
have the
beach.
power to go, can you just get them out?
Yeah, yeah.
That is so to a lot of guys. And usually it's the dickheads who are misbehaving who that is the most annoying to.
Do you know
It's like,
why?
what the fuck?
Because the show manager gets it. I used to get threatened every night when I was in Hot Water.
Yeah,
who used to try and punch my head in
that
every
is
night.
you, Carl.
You are really rude with people like that.
Yeah.
I am rude.
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I like goat's cheese and that.
No, but they forget about you. No, because I'm throwing them out. They're like, I'm the enemy then. It's not you anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I want to, especially lads with girlfriends, ego comes in.
Yeah.
If they've been on the beach.
Yeah. Horrible, horrible men.
Pick one position. Dan Clayton says, hello, Lids. If you could only do one position, sexual, for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wanking.
What?
Wanking.
Seriously?
It's the only guaranteed result. I've never had a wank. Oh, I didn't enjoy that.
I have. I've got to the end and gone,
Really?
that wasn't a great performance by anyone.
It's only men that can experience being bored and wanking at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think women can experience. Like, I can literally just get like brushing your teeth. Oh, for fuck's sake, I ain't got
Yeah,
time
the
for
amount of times I have a chore wank in a hotel room
a chore wank.
where it's just
Did you say
like,
chore?
this just needs to be done.
Get it out to you.
Like, I'm not enjoying this.
A chalk wank.
It just needs to be out
A
of me.
weightlifter.
Like a weightlifter. Adam's like, that's how big Adam's dick is. He's there in fucking spandex representing Bulgaria.
No, I don't know. Favourite position, if we're going to do one. You'd have to pick something that you can still do when you're old. You've got to think this through. Because you're still going to have to do that position when you're 80. So if you pick something flash like reverse cowgirl, that's your pelvis and hips off.
Come on, love.
The woman will just be pounding talc instead of muscles. You'd have gone to dust underneath her.
Holding a Zimmer for fucking...
my favourite is air on top. So I think that's good for when you're 80. So
Is it?
you just lie there.
Hip replacement's more or less guaranteed. Imagine that. Oh, the hip's healing, no sex for 6 weeks.
But like, isn't the hair being on top better for your hips than your hips doing all the work?
True, I didn't think of that.
The flashbang. I go for the flashbang.
Flashbang.
What's the flashbang?
You come in their eyes and then you bang
That's
their
not a
ears.
position, is it? That's not a position.
That's not a
something.
position.
You
That's
can make it a
something for
position.
men without girlfriends.
It's the way he delivers it like it's real. The flashbang.
Yeah, you
What's
jizz
it
in the-
called? You jizz in their
You
eyes?
jizz in their eyes, they can't see, and then you do that on their ears, so they're all disoriented, like being with a flashbang.
That's not a sex position. That's what
an
men
assault,
without
isn't it?
girlfriends say on blogs shortly before they're arrested and their hard drives get taken away. I like the one called the dash headboard where you just fucking smash their head into the dash.
Get in the Vectra.
I was thinking, missionary, something where you can cuddle. Nah, fucking flashbang, fucking in the eyes, confuse them, fucking smash the face.
Carl's having a dirty episode. He's been licking bumholes and
Lovely.
doing flashbangs.
Check the hard drive. That's all I'm saying.
On top, though, because you get boobs, don't you?
Yeah, air on top is
You get
just
the best boob.
fantastic because when she gets a bit tired, you can take control and fucking help her out.
What was that? What the fuck? I never want to fucking see that again.
Do the book on Bronco, Adam.
You know when you put toddlers in one of those jumping frames under a door?
You just grab them and help them out, can't you?
No, you can't. Adam, you can't join into the toddler imagery with that.
Oh, can I just put? Can I put?
Yeah,
the-
like a kid who wants a fruit shoot. It's like,
can you hold the Ventolin while you pound me?
Oh, thanks for that, Dan. Come on. We've got.
Hang on a second. You have not answered.
Nice
try.
Do you know, just a few years
love a
ago,
bit of anal, don't you?
No, I would have said it's not. Again, it's not a position.
bumming's a position.
It's not a position.
Not doggy bumming.
Doggy
Doggy
bumming.
bumming. Bumming is not a position, though,
Dogging
is
is a
it?
position. Bumming is a cultural choice.
Doggy bombing.
Very, very modern there.
Yeah.
Bumming is empowering.
It's one of the options on the doggy position.
Either that or you're terrible at aiming.
Yeah, exactly. The old flashback
I would
bombing.
have said missionary, but I'm getting older.
We've got the book there. Let's see what Russell's
It's the
position
safe.
is.
It's the safest.
Oh yeah, what's your birthday?
Oh, it's the 19th of August.
Hey, son of a
Position of the day
Very
book
close.
that we got sent in.
I think missionary's the safest bet.
It's the flashbang.
It's not.
The doctor is in. So that's where she lies on a table sideways, like there's a medical issue.
That is what the. I
Wow.
mean, it's achievable anyway. That'd be good with the Zimmer, that one. So that's a good lifelong one. Let's have the doctor is in. I'll have that.
We've got time for one have a word. This is
Did you go mission me there?
no, I her on top because I can see most. I can't. I'm not going to get fitter as I get older, am I? So let's someone else do the work.
Oh, look at Adam. Look.
Just Laura's in the past going, stop, I'll do it. Just have to. If I try and go, I'll do it.
Oh, you mix it up, don't you?
So what that looks like? That looks like you're trying to take your undies off without touching them.
Is that a position?
I like, you know when old men do a walking race and their hips really go out?
I'm not doing that. I'm grabbing her ass and...
Don't try masculine it up, it's lost.
Fucking, you make it seem very aggressive. Okay, good.
Everything
Someone
after,
needed to talk quicker than that, otherwise it did sound like an accusation.
everything after a flashbang is loving.
Yeah. Oh, the flashback.
Do you want to come back to mine? I'll jizz in your eyes and confuse you.
What do you mean a flashbang?
Check, please.
So we do have a words, Russell. We do have a words where we sort of... It's a sort of agony aunt, but we end up telling people their bell ends a lot more than, we
great.
help.
More important to be funny than helpful on Halloween.
This is from Alex. He says, "Hi lads, me and my missus have mates called Mike and Alice. We were at theirs catching up, and it came up in conversation that Alice has been working away for up to 3 days at a time, and last time she was away decided to sleep at someone she works with house instead of paying for a hotel room. But it turns out this colleague is a bloke, and it was only those two in the house together. My reply to this was, not a fucking chance would I let Emma, my missus, stop at another bloke's house on a work trip. I would rather pay for a 5-star fucking hotel. Alice's reply was that I was sexist and rude because I said that I wouldn't mind Emma stopping with another woman, just not a bloke. Just wanted to get your thoughts, really. How would you feel if Sam or Laura wanted to sleep at a male colleague's house on a work trip? Am I being insecure or am I right? Thanks, lids. You can use use the names as I've already changed them. Kind regards, Alex."
Well,
So, the work trip.
the first thing to ask is what would her rules be in the other direction? So is Lindsay saying to me, "You're perfect. If you want to get pissed and sleep with another woman in a house, but you're in different rooms, I'm fine with that." Would I fuck? You'll be doing DNA identity on my bones in 20 years in a shallow grave. Therefore, if it's in both directions, you've got to do it really. If she doesn't mind you kipping down with a female work colleague, then you do come off a bit controlling husband. If you're trying to stop, and I'm sorry, what it comes down to is, what does that person look like? Because I'll say to Lindsay,
I'm sleeping with a guy. I got this bad room. It's fine.
and particularly because we just come through COVID, some people look good looking when the mask is up. They're like, "Can I eat your fanny?" When they put the mask on, fine, stay at his house. So that's the first thing Lindsay always checks. If I'm going on an intense work project, we're working away together, I'm working with this girl Lottie. She's like, "Who the fuck's Lottie?" And Lottie's like, "Please touch my pincer." Then it's fine. If Lottie's like a jar of liver or something.
Do you know the colleague? Have you met this colleague before?
Doesn't make any difference.
Because I feel like that's a bit. As soon as you hear colleague, there's that. It's like, who are you dealing with?
Exactly.
Like, I think the logic, some of this logic is way off. Like Alice's reply was that I was sexist and rude because I said I wouldn't mind Emma stopping with another woman, just not a bloke. But you're like, but that's not equal, is it? Like, if there's a straight man and your partner's straight and they're staying in the house together alone, that's not the same as Emma staying with a straight woman who's not attracted to women.
Is he tall? Is he funny? Is he charming?
Just pay
And
for the
answer
hotel
is no.
for her. Dead easy.
Yeah, but I think what you're forgetting there is there will be an uncomfortable conversation anyway of, I don't need a hotel. I'm friends with him the same way I'm friends with Louise. Right. You wouldn't mind me staying at Louise's. Just because he's a man doesn't make it any different. Now, I'm sure we've had something very, very similar to this before as well.
Similar on the Paddy episode.
What I'm saying is your missus wouldn't let you do that the other way around.
My missus would be sound.
What, so you're staying...
At least outwardly. She'd be like...
Well, you're staying in a house with a fit girl. You're both on a work do. You're going to keep in the same house in 2 different bedrooms, and your missus is going to be fine with that.
Do you know what?
Bullshit, Mr. Handman. You come right out of a comic book.
I think she'd be sound because
you'll be dead.
I know.
Corpse can't cheat. Can it?
We've had sort of conversations along these lines in the past about other people, and I know she's of the frame of mind that Alice is, which is like, you can be friends with men, you can be friends with women, it can be the exact same thing, and there's no threat of cheating as long as you're a trustworthy. I know that that's her opinion, so because of that, she'd have to be okay with it or completely change what she actually says she believes. So
it's got to be the same for both people.
Does it not strike me that I'm not like this? Like, and I I just, it strikes me as like, this guy's like, no, because he's a guy and you fancy guys. But it's like, how little do you trust your Mrs. Emma?
Yeah.
Be like, no, I mean, obviously, I can't leave you alone. You're such a cock gobbler. I mean, that's why you're not allowed to go to the post office on your own, Emma. You'll be in the queue and then you'll nosh someone off the stamps. Like, it's just because you're alone with a man doesn't. I would genuinely, this is how my brain works as a partner. If Laura went, we're not going to get a hotel, I'm going to stay at this colleague's house. It's not because they might get like a glass of wine and fuck. I'm like, who is this guy? I haven't vetted this guy as not a horrible, rapey cunt who's like, come to mine. I've got a situation. That's my first thing.
This is what I get from it. It's like, so I'll be like, I'm going to a pool party. Well, you know the fucking rule, no girls at the table. I'm like, Lindsay, if I'm having a drink with someone, doesn't mean I'm going to bang.
Does she get a bit jealous, Russell?
She's just like, it's fucking inappropriate. What you doing, hanging with them? You don't know them. Who are these fucking girls? And you know what, Sally can wait, bastard. I will look back in anger. Fuck off. And she just turned, the sideburns come out. That's what happens to mank girls. You know, like Wolverine's claws? Their sideburns go.
How would Lindsay react if she went to the toilet on a night out and when she come back you were talking to a girl?
So this has been this has happened several times, of course. This is the difference between North and South. It's only anecdotal. So when we went sugar out in Essex, because I walked in with Lindsay, the girl's like, "Do you think I'm going to mug myself talking to you while you're here with that girl?" And I'll be like ignored, and people won't even, comedy fans won't come over. When we've been out Panacea or something like that in Manchester, Lindsay develops cystitis where she doesn't want to leave the table for a piss. Because as soon as she does, like, I know you're out with your wife, and what's your name? Like, it's just the yell them come over. And Lindsay's like, I'm like, but Lindsay, I'm just having a conversation. What's the issue? It's not that. It's what they're fucking thinking. That's what I don't like. So that could be what this fella is worried about. He doesn't think his wife's a cock gobbler for stamps.
He thinks men ain't shit and he gonna try but the moves on.
It's just the idea. The idea of how that man is looking at your woman regardless of what does or doesn't happen. And when he's looking at your woman in that inappropriately intense environment under a roof, some people just can't handle it. For me, I get turned on.
And if this guy's single, he is looking at her.
He's not upstairs. I'll wank about someone who's not in the next room. Yeah, is he fucked?
If he's single and there's
you don't know them, if you've met them,
it's so easy to avoid all this, but I just don't stay.
He'll be covering that bedroom ceiling in stalactites.
Also, who's your missus? Is she like, I don't know, he seems nice. If she's a bad judge of character.
Here's the thing for Alice. So show this to Alice, right? Here's the thing. Men are horrible. And they're all horrible. Like, some of us are sounder than others. But we're all a little bit. Men apparently think about sex every 6 seconds. If this guy's single and you're staying in his house, if you gave him the option, would fuck you.
Thank you.
He would.
This is the issue.
He almost certainly would.
Thank you.
If you were there and he's single and you went, look, I've broke up with him, and do you fancy just having a completely...
If she went, I've not broken up with him.
Yeah.
Do you fancy having? Carry on.
Yeah, he'd do it.
Exactly.
So that's what your fella's worried about, is he knows what men are like. And we're sorry, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And that's not to say men and women can't stay in a house like alone together without everyone being like, bleh.
No.
But it's this
but ideally that would happen.
It's this air quote colleague. It's obviously you don't know him. This is a random fucking bloke.
Yeah, it's a long-term friend.
And I always think like that work, those guys from that's where affairs happen, innit?
Let's not go there. Let's just get a little fucking travel lodge, separate hotel. You don't need to spend a fortune. Come on. It's playing with fire.
It's very easy to avoid. Get a hotel.
Yeah.
Just to avoid all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not you. It's him. I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's
I don't like
thinking.
what he's thinking. So
and again, like what someone just said then, and I sort of missed it. If you're a long-term friend, it's different.
Yeah.
It's totally different. There's men who, like with long-term friends who are girls who'd go, the fuck are you talking about, Alice? Absolutely not.
I've got a term
colleague.
For it. It's thought pounding. He's thought pounding you. You didn't have sex. You don't want to have sex with him. But in his head, he's pounding you in his imagination under the same roof. And it's a form of... there's a trust thing there in that I don't know what that guy's thinking. Yeah. His thoughts are coming out and going... He's doing a... in his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's flashbanged in his head.
He's flashbanging it in his mind.
I love it how we've just validated flashbanging.
He's doggy bumming flashbanging it.
It's one of those things that's never been done in the bedroom and is invented by 14-year-old boys. You do know that, don't you?
That is about 20% of this podcast, mate.
And if you don't believe us, stay in his house again. And then when you think like, you know, oh, he might be getting into it now, have a little open the door. He'll be doing this on his own. Just imagining that you're there. He'll be there with his favourite teddy, fucking the life out
In a
of it.
toddler bouncer.
You ever done a seagull donkey punch? No one has. Grow up.
Russell Kane. People have got to get trained. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where can we find everywhere? But where can we find you for corporate work and whatnot and punches?
Well, I'm adding gigs very cautiously. So rather than doing here's 100 dates and some fucker eats a bat and ruins them again, I'm just adding things here and there. So just keep an eye peeled on my website.
Where can we find your drill track?
RussellKane.co.uk, on Instagram and everywhere else. I'm Russell_Kane. Drill music dropping soon. Be aware.
Thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're recording this on Thursday. On Sunday, we're doing our first, our second ever live show in Liverpool. We can't wait to talk to you about it next week. We'll see a lot of you there at that show. Keep supporting us. Patreon.com/HaveAWordPod. You get
So much more.
extra episodes every week. You get early access to these public ones. And there's a lot of extra content going on Patreon for the rest of the year. We're very excited. There's still merch at HaveAWordPod.com. And that's pretty much it for now.
Go ahead.
Ta-da.